Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Endless Killing. I synthesize the root of all things. Chapter 1. Today is April 4th. Death countdown has begun. Winning this war is the only chance for mankind to survive. All the chosen ones are summoned to the endless slaughter battlefield. Baikuku. It is an otherworld where gods, humans, ghosts, and beasts, all races coexist and fight to the death. The killing field is full of death, and opportunities are everywhere. The selected ones, I wish you good luck. A sharp female voice resounded through the eardrums across the blue star. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 1. Wow. The billions of chosen youths all over the world turned into white light and disappeared in an instant. At the same time, Linshan number 1 high school, in the dormitory building. Su Shu is operating the computer mouse, constantly collecting phantom people, smashing cubes, building houses. That's right, what he is playing is Minecraft, the famous standalone pixel game. In 2 lifetimes, Su Shu has spent thousands of hours on this game, and he can be called an ancient mech player. When the countdown sounded, is today the day to enter the killing field? Su Shu's hand operating the mouse stopped, and he was stunned, stupefied. 3 years ago, when he traveled to this world, he learned of the existence of the killing field. A mysterious voice descended on Blue Star. Declares that the end of all sentient beings is imminent. Only by entering the killing field and fighting the final decisive battle, can human beings have a chance to win a chance. Nobody believed it at first. Until the first batch of chosen ones survived and successfully returned to Blue Star. Demonstrated divine power. The Blue Star countries suddenly woke up and began to mobilize the whole people to prepare for this war. And today, it was the day when the third batch of selected candidates entered the killing field. Too bad, to miss such an important event. Su Shu quickly turned off the computer. I don't know if I can make it in time for the arrival. It will be a disaster if I don't make it. Who knows? Satsuna just as the countdown ends. Wow, a white light flashed into the dormitory. Su Shu's eyes suddenly turned white. Swish. Su Shu only felt that he had been sucked into a huge vortex. Wait until the white light disappears. A dim wilderness appeared in front of him, and there were a group of teenagers of the same age as him in the wilderness. A cold, sharp female voice came from beside my ear. The third batch of selected candidates has arrived. Welcome to the battlefield of endless killing. Your location, Proving Ground No. 475. Reminder, the safety zone is within 30 meters of the drop point. Hint, there are beasts in this novice area. Human, ghost, god, cunning, and mysterious 6 types of creatures. Only fierce beasts are open in the novice trial field. Tip, from now on, you can enable the kill data bar. Wow, a huge crystal panel suddenly appeared in front of Su Shu. Clear data is displayed on the panel. Name, Su Shu. Race, human. Level 1, 0 100ths. Power, 7. Speed, 8. Physical, 10. Mental energy, 100. Talent, unawakened. Skills, none. Kill value, 0. Combat rating, 1 star. Su Shu was not surprised, but let out a long breath. It's okay, it's still a success. According to the information brought back by the senior of the first 2 candidates. This is a digitized otherworld. Everything is possible here. There are countless creatures and powers that are unimaginable on the Blue Star. And in this world, as long as they kill, they can become stronger, and they even have a chance to return to Blue Star alive and become living gods. With him came more than 100 men and women. Beside Su Shu, a 2-meter-tall boy jumped up like a spring, and his movements were filled with the style of a soldier. Everyone stand up and start counting. He is the squad leader of the 3rd class of the number 1 high school in Linshan City, Gao Dashan. The boys and girls also got up immediately and lined up to wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 captains conveyed the number of people to the class committee, and the class committee member Bai Lingyun immediately went to the monitor Gao Dashan, and reported in a sharp tone. Report to the monitor, there should be 154 candidates in class 3, and the actual number is 15. It's halfway through. She inadvertently turned her head to look around, her eyes just fell on Su Shu, and she paused for half a second after the last sentence. Su Su. All the students also turned their heads in unison, staring at Su outside the queue with a little surprise in their eyes. Su. Didn't he not participate in the advent? This guy has been absent from school all day on such an important day today. He actually succeeded. Hi. Su waved to all the students with a smile that could be called sunshine. Sorry, I'm late for the game, sorry. Even dare to be late for such a big event. As expected of you, hardcore gamer Su. Apart from games, I'm afraid there's nothing else he cares about, right? The students laughed and whispered a few words, all admired Su, a ruthless person. Only the squad leader Gao Dashan swept away the cold. Su took a look. But it didn't happen on the spot, but turned to look at everyone. I see that everyone is here, please don't move in the safe zone. Su didn't care either, she got used to it. As long as success comes, don't panic. Next second, the system sound came from the sky again, interrupting Gao Dashan's words. Announcement. After 30 seconds, the talent will be awakened according to the specialty and character of the selected candidate. Reminder. Talent has 9 levels of G, F, E, D, C, B, A, S, SS, SSS. F is the weakest and SSS is the highest. Talent above grade A is unique. Reminder. Talents are divided into heaven, earth, human, God, cunning, and mysterious 6 systems, and there will be people with the same talent. Hearing that the talent was about to be awakened, the students all showed strong expectations. It's finally time to awaken the talent. I'm really looking forward to it. Talent is our most important fundamental skill in the killing field. It is also the foundation of returning to the Blue Star's godhood. Talent is divided into 6 departments. This teacher taught it before, but what does uniqueness mean? That is, every talent above level A is unique. Although talents are awakened based on their specialties and personality, it's a pity, even if you are an all-round genius, you may awaken a garbage talent. If you awaken to a super strong talent, you'll be on the hook all the way. Su also looked up at the sky, feeling a little excited. Talent. The survival of the killing field. It is also the foundation of becoming a god after returning to Blue Star. Own talent, what will it be? At this time, a white light descended from the sky, covering everyone. All kinds of light began to emerge from the youngsters in front of them, showing expressions of ecstasy or depression. Haha, Daddy has awakened to an F-level talent, strengthening the strength of both arms. The Keelin arm that has been single for 18 years is finally coming in handy. It's too bad, just give me a G-level, spiritual microwave. I'm TM like a microwave oven. Can you make it more spicy? I am an E-level talent, physical enhancement, I can summon earth elements to form armor. Brother Wong, you have awakened to an E-level talent. In fact, my little sister has been interested in you for a long time. Why don't we go to the woods together later? Do you know what it means to row a boat without an oar? Congratulations, awakened SSS level talent, infinite decomposition and synthesis. A system prompt sounded in Su's ear very quickly. SSS level talent. A surge of excitement rose in Su's heart, but he quickly covered it up. It turned out to be a top talent. I just don't know what is the use of this infinite decomposition and synthesis. Su moved his fingers lightly. A row of data pops up in front of you. SSS level talent infinite decomposition and synthesis, can decompose and synthesize all external substances divine system. That is to say, there are 2 functions of decomposition and synthesis. Su was thoughtful, but still didn't understand. It doesn't matter if you don't understand, anyway, it will be clear after you try it later. He quietly observed the others. It was found that the safe zone was already extremely lively. Haha, I, Li Feng, should be famous in the killing field. Do you know what talent I have awakened? The E-level God system. Strength enhancement which can increase strength by 30% minus 10%. Brother Li is awesome. If you return to Blue Star alive, you can become an assistant god. Who said I want to be a support? Daddy has to be an attacking god. Hey, I'm different. I've awakened to the F-level human talent common spirit beast class and I have a 10% chance to subdue the beasts I defeat. Awesome. Is it true that you can only subdue it if you defeat it with your own hands? Yeah, no one else can help. No wonder it's an F-rank talent. What the hell are you talking about, kid? Don't fight, everyone, anyway, in the killing field, as long as you survive, you will win. That's right. I heard from those seniors who returned to the Blue Star that you can choose to join those indigenous forces on the battlefield, or you can choose to be king by enclosing land and farming, or you can choose to go alone. No matter what the method is, there are only two ultimate meanings of the killing field. Kill others and return to Blue Star alive. Su Shu listened silently. Different from other people's showing off, he is thinking about how to hide his own talent from being exposed. Baiku Library. In case top talent is exposed. Being hated by some people from jealousy, unite and kill yourself. It's not impossible. Ding. The next moment, the fierce female voice reappeared in the sky. Announcement. Number 475 Proving Ground has awakened. S-level talent. 0 people. A-level talent. 0 people. B-level talent. 0 people. C-level talent. 2 people. ... Here the number of people who are only announced to S-class talents. Su Shu breathed a sigh of relief. Now I don't have to worry about exposing talent. It is estimated that the killing field is also a kind of protection for talents above S level. Otherwise, before awakening to the top talent, he would be besieged and killed by a group of bums. What's the meaning of the top talent? It was also discovered that among the more than 100 people who had awakened to a talent above C level, not even a single one. Less than 1% probability. It seems that my SSS level talent is really extremely rare. After the announcement came, the crowd exploded again. Our class unexpectedly awakened 2 C level talents. According to the data of the slaughtering field, among the 100 million candidates, the C level talent is 1 in 1,000, and even if there is 1 in 1,000, there are actually 2 in our class. Great, 2 C level talents, definitely enough to take us through the proving grounds. Once you leave the proving ground, you will have the strength to develop independently later on. I hope everyone can return to Blue Star alive. Who are those 2 C-level bosses? Come out and show us. I guess there must be a squad leader. Who is the other one? Gao Dashan stood up confidently. One of them is me. I have awakened to AC level sky talent, Void King, which can compress air into a means of killing. The flattery of many of his younger brothers suddenly flooded up like a tide. Sure enough, it's the squad leader. The squad leader is mighty. Squad leader is handsome. He has awakened to AC level talent. And it's still attacking talent. Don't worry, with the squad leader here, we will definitely survive. Even 2 pretty girls came out and rushed in front of Gao Dashan, their faces blushing. Master squad leader, Li Yu and I, little sister, have made up our minds. We can work with you together in the future. Haha. Gao Dashan enjoyed the crowd's pursuit, and embraced the second daughter with a somewhat smug expression. Don't worry, everyone, as long as you obey my order, you will definitely be able to return to Blue Star alive. There is another C level, it's me. At this time, a thin and withdrawn man also slowly stood up. I'm a C level talent, spiritual bomb which can explode my own mental energy. Chen Zhao, he usually has a muffled voice, but he will also awaken to a C level talent. Sensible people have already started blowing. Boss Chen Zhao is mighty. From now on, Boss Chen Zhao will be the second in charge of our class. That Chen Zhao was withdrawn, so he backed away after speaking. He is also the only student in the class who does not have a good relationship with Su Shu, and the two sometimes make appointments to play games together. Baiku Library. Immediately afterwards, suddenly, another notification sounded in the sky. Warn. The safe zone has 30 seconds left to dissipate. Release of novice proving ground missions within 10 days, get 80 kill points or upgrade to 1. Level 0. Failure punishment, deprive talent and all level bonuses. How to get killing value, kill the beast stronger than yourself. ... Deprive talent and level bonus. Wouldn't that be a waste? Upgrade to level 10 within 10 days. Race against time. Unfortunately, the step-up challenge is too difficult. Isn't it? The killing value is only hopeful for the boss. Let's just kill the mobs honestly and upgrade. As soon as the voice came, the teenagers suddenly became nervous again. After all, the penalty of depriving talent alone is enough to scare people. Get started now. Gao Dashan waved orders to everyone. After speaking, he looked at Su Shu, and his tone was a bit gloomy. Su Shu, because you were late. I'll punish you to leave the main force from now on, and explore the way for the main force from another direction, do you understand? Squad leader. Wen Bai Lingyun, the class committee member, was startled when she heard this. She walked over with a somewhat anxious expression. You won't be punished so severely for being late. Being expelled from the team in the early stage, Su Shu can't live long alone. Yes, Gao Dashan is so arrogant that his forehead is a little raised. He has just awakened to AC level talent, and his arrogance is at its height. He sneered and said, but I just can't understand some abandoned houses that only play games. Now I have the right to let some people get out of the team. Who can do anything to me? Bai Ling Miao looked around. All the students watched coldly. No one stood up to speak up for Su Shu. Understood. Su Shu nodded calmly, as if he had expected it. Gao Dashan has a cousin who is a descendant of the previous generation of candidates to support him. He usually dominates the class and recruits younger brothers. I am too lazy to admit that the boss worships the doc, and has long been regarded as a thorn in the side of the other party. Let him find a chance to attack today. But as everyone knows, leaving the team just happened to allow Su Shu to protect the secret of his talent. He couldn't ask for more. How could this be? Bai Lingyun still wanted to argue. I have nothing to say. But Su Shu got up and interrupted the conversation between the two, and said calmly, I'll do it alone. The tone became a chilling even tone. Acting alone. Do you think the killing field is still a game? If you leave the team, the lowest level of beasts can kill you. Gao Dashan sneered. I thought that Su Shu would kneel down and beg himself, so that he might be able to show kindness, but I didn't expect that Su Shu would still be stubborn when he was about to die. Then get out. Let's go. Gao Dashan coldly glanced at Su Shu, turned around and left with everyone. Chen Zhao paused, looked at Su Shu and sighed. Although he is also AC level talent, not many people support him, and he dare not speak up for Su Shu. Everyone knows the dangers in the killing field. It's here. Even the lowest rat beast can kill tigers and leopards on Blue Star. Was expelled from the team earlier. Almost equal to certain death. After everyone disappeared at the end of the jungle. Wow, the red light in the safe zone completely dissipated. From now on, no place in the killing field is safe. Now there is no need to worry about exposing talent. Only then did Su Shu show a faint smile, and slowly walked into the pitch-black forest. Weeds grow everywhere. A beast's roar could be heard clearly in the distance. First he found a boulder. The palm of the hand immediately released black and white two-color light, reminding him that they represent decomposition and synthesis respectively, and they can be switched freely. Try this SSS level talent first. He first tried to switch to white light to break it down. Ding! The decomposition was successful, and the boulder has been turned into iron essence, silica sand, and soil. A battlefield notification sounded in my ear. Boo! The boulder crashed into pieces. It turned into 3 small cubes of different colors, which were placed in front of Su Shu. Su Shu was slightly startled. How does it feel like in my world, everything can be smashed into cubes? Immediately I was overjoyed. This talent is really good news for Mech fans. I didn't expect to continue to play Minecraft in the killing field. So that's how it is. Su Shu suddenly realized. Anything can be broken down to its raw state, the most fundamental material. Decompose, synthesize. It can be decomposed, that is to say, it can also be synthesized. Don't know how it works. He couldn't wait to break down a few boulders. Gathered a large pile of iron essence and silica sand, and put them together. Switch to compositing and see what you can compose. Ding! After the synthesis is complete, you will get a fine steel dagger 1. Fine steel dagger. Attack power +10, strength +3. ... Did you get the first weapon so easily? Holding a bright steel dagger with a blood groove, this is a weapon that others cannot obtain in the trial stage. Su Shu was delighted. You can synthesize the decomposed materials into weapons by yourself. And since everything can be decomposed and synthesized, then this is definitely not the full effect of my SSS talent. He continued to walk a few steps forward with anticipation. It was found that there was a 3-meter wide wild wolf corpse lying in front of it, as well as the corpse of a fat boy. Corpse of wild wolf and beast. Corpse of the E-level chosen one. Needless to say, one can guess that it must be the battle that just happened. Su Shu was startled. A wild wolf and beast, let the class lose an E-level talent. The cruelty of the battlefield far exceeded his imagination. If he didn't have a dagger, the fate of facing such a beast would not be much better. Looking at the corpse in front of him, a thought suddenly arises in Su Shu's mind. He reaches out to the corpse of the chosen one. Hand. Breakdown. There was a prompt sound in the ear. Ding. Decomposition succeeded. You get talent crystal, physical enhancement, human flesh 1, human bone 1. No. Su Shu's heart was suddenly ecstatic. Other people's talent can also be decomposed. Wouldn't he still have unlimited talent? He immediately bent down and picked up the small khaki-colored square crystal from the corpse to examine it. Physical enhancement E-level Earth-type talent crystal. After use, physical strength plus 5%, can summon earth elements to form stone armor, and the strength increases with the level. No matter so much, use it first. You have obtained E-level talent, physical enhancement. This talent crystal melted in Su Shu's palm and entered his body, his physique immediately increased by 10%. Another talent. He thought about it. A layer of stone armor emerged from his body. With the dagger in hand, it is already both offensive and defensive. Immediately afterwards, he looked at the own attribute talent column. Talent. SSS level infinite decomposition and synthesis E-level physique enhancement. It's not over yet. He used decomposition on the wolf's body again. Ding. Decomposition is successful. You get wolf teeth 1, agility plus 1, wild wolf blueprint 1, wolf bone 1, wolf meat 1. Spike fang. Agility plus 3, strength plus 1 after wearing it. It can even decompose attribute points. Su Shu's eyes brightened again, his agility increased a little, and the wolf carcasses had already turned into a pile of wolf pieces. What is this wild wolf blueprint? Then he picked up a scroll in the box with some doubts. A line of data popped up in front of my eyes. Blueprint wild wolf exclusive item for SSS level talent. Introduction. You only need wolf bones 5, wolf meat 8, wolf viscera 9, wolf teeth 1, combined with unlimited decomposition to synthesize talent, you can get a wild wolf unit. High rank talent can also have exclusive rewards. Doesn't that mean that I can also synthesize arms? Su Shu was completely happy. Double the fun. Arms. It is one of the components of the Chosen One's combat power, and the late stage is the invincible army under the Chosen One. It's just that it will not be released until later, and it is extremely difficult to obtain. And he can not only decompose other people's talent, and even the types of arms, he can directly synthesize them. All things can be decomposed, and all things can be synthesized. As expected of an SSS level talent, it's pretty big. Su Shu concealed his excitement. First of all, the wolf teeth are worn, and the attributes increase. Then quietly walked towards the depths of the wilderness. Didn't take a few steps. Ow! Hiss! Across a stream. Only a few loud beast cries were heard, and the vegetation was churning. Su Shu bowed immediately, hid behind a few banana leaves, and watched secretly. On the other side of the creek, a huge 3-meter-long python was fighting with 3 or 5 wild wolves. Both sides were seriously injured, and the beast's blood was scattered all over the ground. Baiku Library. There are so many wild wolves, it seems to be clearing up other beasts. Could it be that this proving ground is the territory of wolves? Su Shu had a guess in his mind. Think. The first lesson taught to the chosen ones who returned to Blue Star from the killing field. Reality. Killing fields is the real otherworld, not a simulated world, where anything is possible. So it seems. There must be a super large pack of wolves nearby, occupying this wilderness. The pack of wolves is very territorial and will strangle all aliens in the territory indiscriminately. 2 pieces of data popped up in front of his eyes. Wild wolf level 1 beast, strength 10, agility 13. Specialty. Good at group action, each extra head has plus 1% attribute, upper limit is 100%, combat power rating, 3 stars. Giant python level 1 monster, strength 15, dexterity 16. Specialty. After being coiled, it exerts stronger lethality. Combat rating: 4 stars. After reading it, Su Shu sighed inwardly. No wonder. Before, an E-level talent could be easily killed by a wild wolf. It turns out that a little wild wolf is already a 3-star combat power. With his current strength, he didn't dare to get involved in the current battle. Su Shu deliberately turned around and walked away, pretending to be a frightened little animal, so as not to attract the attention of both parties. He walked away quite a distance later. Only then did the wild wolf and the giant python dare to completely let go of the fighting to the death in the dark. Hiss! A big hole was bitten out of the giant python's body, and its internal organs flowed out, making it miserable. 2 or 3 wild wolves were also lying on the ground and howling. At this time, swish, the other direction, a figure suddenly came across the stream, and an extremely sharp knife light flashed past. Ow! A wild wolf was cut off from the middle, no more, no less. Tofu waist with copper head and iron claws, it seems that wolves are all the same. Su Shu whispered to himself. Immediately afterwards, he raised his knife and stabbed viciously at the immobilized giant python. Click! The sharp steel dagger pierced deeply into the python. Su Shu swung his arm and dragged, the blade went straight up along the python's body, cutting it right in the middle. No more, no less. From the beginning to the end of this attack, Su Shu remained calm. In his eyes, isn't this the monster collecting cube and Mick? He is too familiar with this set. Hiss! Snake blood everywhere. Several other dying wolves were also killed by Su Shu several times. You independently killed a level 1 ferocious wolf that was stronger than you, and the reward kill value +1. You independently killed a level 1 ferocious beast python that was stronger than you, and the reward kill value +10. You gain experience +5. You gain experience +15. Call. Even though it was a fierce beast with serious wounds on both ends, Su Shu still didn't dare to make any mistakes, and only dared to let out a long breath when he did it in one go. Raise your hand to disassemble the wolf corpse and snake corpse in front of you. Boom! With a slight shock, the body shattered into a pile of small cubes. Successful disassembly. You gain agility +2, wolf teeth, wolf meat. Successfully disassembled. You get physical +3, snake teeth, snake bone, giant python blueprint. Su Shu's strength suddenly increased greatly, and his heart was ecstatic again. He didn't stay for a moment, but turned around and left. Because the wolves around here smell blood, they will definitely be there soon. After walking dozens of steps, Su Shu found a tree and climbed up. Can't wait to start counting the harvest. His attribute bar has changed drastically. Level 1, 4100ths. Power, 14. Agility, 12. Physique, 16. E-level physique enhancement. Mental energy, 100. Natal talent, SSS level infinite decomposition and synthesis. Skills, none. Kill value, 15. Combat rating, 4 stars. Directly increase the 3-star combat power. Should be enough to synthesize a wolf. Subsequently, Su Shu took out all the wolf meat, bones, and teeth that he had collected. Arranged neatly on the slate. Toggle black light, use compositing. Ding! Synthesis complete. Ow! The cube material condensed into a ball, a wild wolf condensed out of it, ran to Su Shu's side and licked him. A piece of information popped up in front of him. Troops. Wild wolf, strength 10, dexterity 13. Specialty. Good at group action, every extra head has +1% attribute. Obtained the first unit. In this strange world, I finally have a companion. Su Shu couldn't help being delighted. You are the first to unlock arms in this novice village, is the broadcast anonymous. The sound of the killing battlefield came from the ear. Yes, Su Shu nodded. Then the battlefield broadcast sounded. Selected. Anonymous, the first unlocked unit. Wild wolf, reward kill value +5. Many people were shocked by it. Playing with me. Someone unlocked the arms so quickly. What kind of heaven-defying opportunity is this? A wild wolf with 3-star combat power. We need several people to kill a wild wolf, right? Which boss is this? But soon this broadcast was covered by another one. Notice. Level 2 candidate, Lu Feng, has died. Only a few tens of minutes after the arrival, a level 2 chosen one died. Everyone ignored the shock and was immersed in panic again. A series of dead people is the same as swiping the screen. Su Shu's expression was also somewhat sighing. In the killing field, it can never be called safe at any time. He began to plan. Now that you have arms, you should make full use of them. This proving ground is obviously dominated by wild wolves. The other ferocious beasts were strangled and driven away by wild wolves, maybe not enough to make a whole set, but the number of wild wolves is enough. Getting rid of this pack of wolves is the right way. Raise your legs. He opened the leg of his own wolf, and nodded in satisfaction after reading it. Sure enough, it's the mother's. Pointing to the tree. Go ahead and lure some wolves over. Ah, the wild wolf of the branch immediately jumped down from the canopy. After a while, 3 or 4 male wolves were attracted. Su Shu jumped off the tree with a bang. Gao agility makes him shine like a knife. Swish, swish. After the knife flight, these wild wolves were dead on the spot, and the incisions on the corpses were all symmetrical. Ding, you get wolf teeth, wolf bones, wolf meat. You gain experience +10. Su Shu has a lot of spikes now, but it seems that only one of these things can increase attributes, and the python teeth are the same, so I put them away first. Then he fed a piece of snake meat to his wild wolf, and let him go back to catch wolves. Repeatedly, sustainable development. Soon, Su Shu already had 4 or 5 wild wolves under his command. And there were more than a dozen wild wolves killed for this. He had a whim. Try launching a synthesis on 2 wolves and see what you get. As a result, a prompt flashed in front of his eyes. Synthesis failed, arms type, wild wolf, it takes 10 to synthesize. It turned out to be really possible. Su Shu was shocked, the units can also be synthesized. 1 star into 2 stars. I don't know what kind of arms can be synthesized from 10 wild wolves. If they can be synthesized endlessly, maybe the strongest arms can be prostituted for nothing. You guys, go out fishing together. Su Shu waved his hand and gave an order to the pack of wolves. If he doesn't kill all the wolves, he won't let it go. Just fished and killed more than a dozen wolves, and his experience has reached 5100s. The 4 attributes or even faster breakthrough 25 points. Because his strength is much stronger than that of wild wolves, he no longer has so much experience in killing wild wolves. Ever since, Su Shu ordered the pack of wolves to continue hunting for wolves. On the one hand, he jumped off the canopy by himself, ready to go out and kill some other beasts. Just took a few steps. Suddenly, a corpse of a woman with 2 big holes in her neck, dying with reluctance, fell from the canopy of a giant tree in front of Su Shu. Her calf had been gnawed to a bloody mess. Roar. At the same time, there was a leopard gnawing on the dead body on the tree, then jumped down and bared its teeth viciously at Su Shu. Golden spotted leopard, level 1 beast, strength 24, dexterity 21. Specialty. Speed can be increased by 30% minus 50%, combat strength evaluation, 4 stars. Su Shu recognized the woman. Is the deputy leader of the 3 groups, A. The girl who always loved butterfly hairpins had a nodding acquaintance with him. Swish. Rest in peace. Su Shu drew out the fine steel dagger and whispered. The killing field is so cruel. Boom. The leopard's iron whip-like giant tail swept towards him viciously. Its size is more than 2 or 3 times larger than that of Blue Star's normal leopard. Su Shu was covered in stone armor. Dodge and dodge. Looking back, it was a dagger that cut off the tip of the leopard's tail. The leopard howled desperately in pain. Su Shu didn't intend to let it go, he couldn't let the smell of blood attract more beasts. Relying on the high defense of the stone armor, he rushed forward and pressed the leopard tightly under his body. The dagger was as fast as lightning, and blood flowers bloomed on its body. No matter how hard the leopard struggles, Su Shu will stick to it, relying on its own strength to prevent it from escaping. Well, after a while, the leopard swallowed its last breath. Su Shu stretched out his hand to disassemble it. Boo! The huge leopard collapsed into a bunch of small cubes. Ding! You got leopard teeth, physique +3, leopard meat, leopard skin, leopard bone. Leopard blueprint *1. Leapfrog kill, killing value +1. Immediately afterwards, Su Shu dismantled the female corpse into a bunch of small cubes. Ding! You have obtained an E-level Sky-type talent crystal Tenkong Human Flesh 1, Human Bone 1. Another E-level talent. Su Shu was delighted. View property now. E-level Sky talent Dexterity plus 10%, can control the airflow to float, turn, and soar on one's body for a short time. Can fly. Su Shu's eyes widened. Being able to fly in the early game is a huge advantage. This talent is a trick to escape. Then why is she still dead? Su Shu looked at the pile of human flesh with some doubts. I figured it out soon. The leopard is extremely fast and is used to lurking attacks. I'm afraid she was killed instantly. He didn't take leopard meat, human flesh, etc., and it was useless if he couldn't get the whole ones together. He didn't think much of it. Continue to fly through the jungle. It has been an hour or two since entering the battlefield, and the number of dead people is at least double digits. There is generally no time for corpses to be collected. For me, it is the crystallization of talents, which can quickly become stronger. This is your own opportunity. With the help of vacation, Su Shu's agility is super high, and his figure floats up and down. Like a ghost. Even if someone sees it occasionally, they will only suspect that they are wrong. You have obtained an F-level Earth-type talent crystal, Visual Enhancement. You have obtained a G-level Earth-type talent crystal, Physical Enhancement. You have obtained an F-level Earth-type talent crystal, Physical Enhancement. You have obtained a G-level God-type talent crystal, Steel Body. ... After a while, Su Shu's ears continued to hear the sound of successful decomposition. In the jungle, there are also piles of small squares of human flesh and human bones with smooth cuts everywhere. As weird as it looks. Ding! SSS level exclusive tip. The same talent crystal can be synthesized. A system prompt sounded in my ear. That's when Su Shu found out. The 3 Earth-type talent crystals in the hand emit light of the same color, indicating that they can be synthesized together. Can the same talent be synthesized into a higher rank talent? Su Shu was overjoyed and realized that he had guessed right. Infinitely decomposing and synthesizing a talent is likely to be the synthesis of 2 SS level talents. The talent that can synthesize talent is the most powerful talent. He also looked at the E-level physical enhancement in his attribute column, which was exactly the same as the other 2. Battlefield, can you use decomposition on yourself? For the first time, Su Shu tried to take the initiative to ask questions about the killing field. Immediately, the ear reminded, ask the battlefield, 1 kill value for the first time, 2 kill value for the second time, 4 kill value for the third time, and so on. I see. Su Shu sighed secretly. But this question is very important to him, and it involves whether talent crystals can be used at will in the future. I asked, kill value -1. The answer from the killing field is very timely. Decomposition can be used on living creatures, but the other party's consent is required. Cool. Su Shu's eyes lit up. In other words, you can decompose the talent you have integrated into. He waved a disintegrating white light at himself. Ding. Physical enhancement. Sure enough, it turned into a talent crystal and returned to Su Shu's hands. Hold 4 Earth talent crystals. Su Shu performed the synthesis. Ding. After the synthesis is complete, you will get the D-level Earth System Sky. Endowment. 100 times energetic. Quote, 100 times of vitality, constitution plus 15%, strength plus 15%. After activation, it can repair 100% of body wounds every second, lasts for 5 seconds, once a day. Su Shu has black lines all over his head. He had expected a powerful offensive talent. Baiku Library. Unexpectedly, a 5-second real man appeared. A real man for 5 seconds a day. At least life-saving is definitely a good hand. With Steel Body, you will definitely be able to make a fortune. His combat power has increased again. Talent has become a full 4. Talent column. SSS level super condensed D level 100 times more energetic, E level vacated G level Steel Body. ... The figure of Su Shu continued to wander among the jungles. It's cool to pick up corpses for a while, and it's always cool to pick up corpses all the time. ... The 3 classes of selectees were still united at first, but were quickly dispersed by the wolves. They became small teams, small ones with a few people, large ones with dozens of people. In the mountain stream, a team of 5 is on the march. Already the team leader at level 2, looking at the pile of human flesh in front of him, indescribable fear flashed in his eyes. It's already the third pile. What's going on here? How can there be such a pervert, deliberately cutting the corpse into neat small pieces? Who the hell did this? The girl following him held his arm timidly. Captain, I'm afraid. Babe, don't be afraid, I'm here. The level 2 team leader immediately burst into manliness, stepped forward to hug her delicate body and softly comforted her. Suddenly, whoosh, phantom flies. Another corpse next to it also turned into a pile of small cubes with a bang. Swish. The team leader's eyes were about to burst. He let go of his sister in an instant, turned around and ran into the jungle, startling a group of level 0 beasts and birds. Ghost. There is a ghost. The girl was so frightened that she squatted on the spot and hugged her head, trembling all over. Ghost Dage, don't kill me, I will do anything. It has been assumed that the visitor is a ghost. Out of the corner of her eye, she couldn't see the face of the ghost in front of her. She could only see a hand with slender fingers fiddled with the blood and flesh for a long time, as if almost took something away. Then the bloody hand patted her on the shoulder. It's not nice to meet people, girl. Su Shu glanced at the stats of the level 2 team leader. I found that although this product is one level higher than myself, its combat power is only 2 stars. He couldn't help but feel contemptuous. No wonder you are so timid. Gently he left. The girl's screams spread far and wide, for a long time. ... You have obtained a G-rank Human Talent Crystal Emotional Enhancement. You have obtained an F-level Earth-type Talent Crystal, both arms strengthened. You have obtained the E-class Human Talent Crystal Emotional Enhancement. Su Shu looked at the 5 talent crystals he had just picked up in his hand. There are 2 pieces for people, and 1 piece for Earth. This person is a talent, mainly for emotional aspects. Of course, it is not only human beings who have emotions, other creatures also have emotions. He synthesized 2 human crystals. Ding! The synthesis is complete, and you have obtained the human crystal of talent E-level Fear Enhancement. E-level Fear Enhancement, Human System, Mental Energy plus 10%, applies fear effect to nearby organisms within 30 meters. Not bad, let's use it first. Su Shu nodded and used it. 5 talents. At this point his attributes have changed. Level 1, 65 100ths. Strength 22, G-level Steel Body, God System. Agility 25, E-level Soaring Sky System. Physique 26, D-level has 100 times more vitality, and F-level Double Arm Strength is Enhanced Earth System. Mental Energy 110, E-level Fear Enhancement Human. Natal Talent SSS level Super Concise. Skills, none. Kill value, 20. Combat rating, 5 stars. Combat power has risen to 5 stars. Su Shu nodded and looked around. There were no other corpses nearby, and the rest were probably eaten by the beasts first. It's time to go back and see what the working wolves have gained. I don't know if we can make up 10 wolves. What kind of arms will be synthesized? Stepping through clumps of streams, Su Shu returned to the familiar gathering place of the wolves, waiting for the return of the wolves. At this time, a strange wolf howl suddenly alerted him. Woohoo! Compared with other wolves, this wolf's howl was more aggressive and majestic, as if it was ordering all directions. He immediately moved to the canopy. I found 7 or 8 wolves, surrounded by more than a dozen wolves, walking towards the big tree led by a black wolf about 1 to 2 meters high. The wolf of own arms, with scars all over its body, and its tail drooping, obviously looks like it has been defeated and controlled. Ah, Su Shu immediately realized. Anti-intrigue revealed. He knows. The IQ of wolves is not comparable to that of ordinary animals, and they are also known as the most social animals. It is very likely that the wolves will see through their tricks of catching wolves, and then they will come to your door with their tricks. I saw the black wolf came under the tree, with its hind legs slightly bent, and its front legs stretched forward, assuming a posture of diving upwards, with a faint fierce light in its 2 eyes. Ah! The rest of the wolves also howled, and the sound shook the whole field, which made people feel creepy. This is the meaning of the black wolf's threat, which is obvious. If Su Shu doesn't come down again, it will execute those traitor wolves. Su Shu never thought that he would be threatened by a wolf in his lifetime. The data popped up in front of my eyes. Head wolf level 1 fierce beast lord, strength 28, dexterity 30. Skills wolf heart. The more you fight, the more brave you are. Continue to fight to superimpose combat power rating, 5 stars. Warning. The lord level, evolved after a leapfrog kill, is extremely dangerous. It seems that after the beast kills a stronger existence than itself, it will also become stronger. Su Shu murmured while thinking. In the killing field, we are both hunters and prey. Blue Star told them in the first lesson about the killing field that this is a real world. The chosen one is not the protagonist of the killing field, but a part of killing and being killed. He still underestimated the wisdom of the beasts. However, his strength has just improved so much that he is not afraid of a battle. It's impossible for me to give up the wolf arm that I worked so hard for. Swish. Su Shu jumped down from the canopy, and 7 or 8 wounded wolves of the arms immediately tore away the escorting wolves, and squeezed to his side, whimpering, as if they were guilty of being captured. The wolf is a creature with extremely high intelligence and full of emotion. It's okay, no wonder. You, quote. Su Shu stroked the heads of the wolves of the arms to comfort them. The next moment, he looked at the wolf with cold eyes. The meaning of provocation is obvious. I killed the wolves under your command, so why not? Roar. The wolf's eyes suddenly revealed an extremely humane anger. First, he swung his head left and right, waved away the pack of wolves nearby, and raised his tail provocatively at Su Shu. Baiku Library. It's going to be singled out with Su Shu. Yes. Su Shu nodded. Ah. The alpha wolf rushed towards Su Shu, spreading out its 4-meter-long body like a cloud of black clouds with extreme speed. Su Shu didn't show any timidity. Pull out the dagger. Steel body. 100 times more vitality. As soon as Su Shu came up, he burst out as a real man for 5 seconds. The skin and flesh all over his body turned into a layer of metal skin, and he was boiling with vitality. In one word, just do it. Swish. 1 person and 1 wolf staggered past. The alpha wolf wanted to slap Su Shu away, but Su Shu turned around and hugged it. Even more ferocious than it. Regardless of the deep scratches left on Su Shu's body by the wolf's claws and wolf's kiss, Su Shu stabbed the wolf's body with the dagger in his hand. As the alpha wolf, its physique is also super high. But Su Shu stuck to its neck and cut its throat bit by bit. The wolf fur is so hard that even a fine steel dagger can barely break through. Su Shu exhausted all his energy and stabbed the dagger into its body. Roar. The wolf frantically tossed Su Shu away. Su Shu hooked his finger into the bloody hole pierced by the dagger, but he was dizzy and refused to let go. With 5 talents, his basic attributes are already high enough. Seeing this, a dozen or so wolves nearby roared and rushed forward to help their boss. Fear strengthened. Su Shu's face was stained red with wolf blood, and he activated another talent. A blast of mental energy blasted away from him. The original fear of Su Shu in the hearts of the wolves was suddenly magnified 100 times. They all froze in place, shaking their heads. As the battle lasted, Su Shu also felt the blood in the wolf's body getting hotter and hotter, and his strength getting stronger and stronger. The wolf's skills, getting braver with more battles. Can you stack combat power? Don't love to fight. Su Shu hastened his movements. After a few seconds, the head wolf's neck was completely cut open, and he fell to the ground and stared at the wolf. The battlefield prompt sounded immediately. You independently killed a level 1 Lord Beast stronger than you. Big Wolf, reward kill value +10. You gain experience +20. You have activated the legendary mission of the Proving Ground, exterminate the wolves. Reminder. The legendary mission of the Proving Ground is the highest ranked task in the Proving Ground, and you can get exclusive legendary rewards after completing it. At the same time, a huge broadcast sound also came from the trial ground. Selected. Anonymous, activate the hidden legendary mission of the trial field, exterminate the wolves. After completing the legendary mission of the post-Proving Ground, the Novice Village channel and Novice Village area will be opened in advance, and you can enter other Proving Grounds to explore. Shocking sounds came from all over the jungle. Activated the legendary mission. Who is so fierce? How dare you provoke the wolves? Yes, We will definitely not be able to complete this legendary task. We only dare to kill level 0 birds. Who dares to provoke wild wolves? This group of wild wolves has already taken over the entire forest, and it's too late for us to hide. The other candidates were stunned when they heard this. Even if they reached level 2, if they wanted to kill a level 1 beast, several people would have to join forces. I usually rely on level 0 upgraded birds, upgraded grasshoppers, and upgraded mice to upgrade. Exterminate the wolves. What a joke. ... You killed the first wolf, and you have angered the king, level beast, Xiaoyu Wolf King, its hatred towards you is +30. Another system notification sound came from Su Shu's ear. He froze. Howling Moon Wolf King, King class. I should have thought earlier that the pack of wolves that could occupy such a large territory must be the pack of thousands of wolves. The alpha wolf is just one of the leaders. The real leader of the wolf pack is a king-level wolf king. You can tell by the name of the king class, it must be much stronger than the alpha wolf. With his current strength, it's a bit daunting to single out a beast of this level. Su Shu is not so supportive. He first used decomposition on the head wolf corpse. Boom. A bunch of small squares appear. Successfully disassembled. You have obtained Heart of the Chief Wolf, Physical Strength +5, Level 1 Skill Crystallization, Fighting and Courageous. Wolf Meat, Wolf Bones. Heart of the Chief Wolf transformed by the unyielding will of the Chief Wolf, wearing Strength +4, Agility +4, Constitution +4. Battle and Courage Level 1 Passive Skill. After entering the combat state, increase the combat power by 1% every 5 seconds, up to 30%, and fade after leaving the combat state. This skill. Su Shu's eyes widened suddenly. I didn't expect that I could even decompose the opponent's skills. This is the first skill he has acquired. As long as you fight continuously for 8 minutes, you can get 30% extra combat power. Su Shu's heart was suddenly ecstatic. At the same time, I was also a little scared. Fortunately, there was no protracted battle with the wolf leader. Otherwise, even if one's own attributes overwhelm the opponents, it's hard to say who wins and who loses. But now, this skill cooperates with own vitality 100 times, it is a lore. Su Shu immediately put on the wolf heart and used the skill crystal. Then, in cooperation with the wolves of the arms, the dozen or so wolves were also sent to the west. You get wolf teeth, wolf bones, wolf meat. Su Shu found that the wolf blocks he had stored had seriously exceeded the standard. Without saying anything, a few more wolves were synthesized. Then he found that the number of wolves had reached 15. You can synthesize arms. Su Shu couldn't wait to add the injured wolves together, making 10 wolves together. Start synthesis. Ding. Swish. A 4-meter-tall, gigantic white wolf appeared in front of him, howling majestically. Ah, the synthesis is complete. You have synthesized a Lord-level unit, Head Wolf. Sure enough. The ones synthesized are Lord-level units. Su Shu's eyes flashed a bright light. This means that he can not only synthesize high-rank talent, equipment, and skills, but also continuously create high-rank arms, snowballing. You are the first person in this novice region to obtain a Lord-level unit. Do you want to broadcast anonymously? The voice of the battlefield came again. Yes. The chosen one. Anonymous, the first one to obtain a Lord-level unit, kill value +5, please keep up the good work. The loud broadcast sound of the battlefield rang in everyone's ears. Everyone's eyes widened. A Lord-level unit. Who is this person? Could it be the squad leader? No way. There is such a fierce person in our class. No. The shocking sound of the crowd resounded everywhere in the jungle. And Su Shu thoroughly felt the thrill of catching wolves. The main wolf is the most ferocious beast in the vicinity, enough to kill him. Now that there is a wolf leader, it will be more confusing to the big wolf pack, and it will be more convenient to catch wolves. You guys, bring as many wolves to me as possible. Su Shu gave orders to the first wolf and 5 ordinary wolves. And he himself also felt the faint feeling in the air. No killing spirit. This is the tracking of the Wolf King. The Wolf King's tracking ability is stronger than that of the Alpha Wolf, and he will definitely find himself faster. It's time to change your base. After Su Shu gave the order, he turned around and used vacation to fly into the sky. Across mountains and forests, After walking a short distance, we found a cave near the mountain. The excrement of some beast at the mouth of the cave still looks fresh. Also dead were two hapless break-in chosen ones, a man and a woman. Su Shu had already turned a blind eye to it, and waved it down into two piles of human flesh. Quote. You have obtained a D-level Earth System Talent Crystal Physical Enhancement. Quote. You have obtained an F-level Earth-type Talent Crystal Physical Enhancement. The talent of the two rotten streets. Su Shu looked at it, and decomposed 100 times vitality from his body. Synthesize with these 3 land system talent crystals. Ding. Then you have synthesized a D-level Earth-type talent crystal Infinite Vitality. Infinite Vitality Constitution plus 20%, recovers 20% of life every second after opening, lasts for 30 seconds. Su Shu raised his eyebrows. Did not advance. It seems that it takes a lot of talent crystallization to be promoted to AC-level talent. But 100 times of vitality became unlimited vitality. The effect has become even more awesome. Restores 20% health every second for 30 seconds. This is equivalent to taking a small blue pill in 1 minute, and you can fight for a long time, and you are no longer a real man in 5 seconds. The more you fight, the more brave you are. It's so cool. Su Shu immediately used the synthesized Infinite Vitality talent. Then step into the cave. Ah, a giant claw as thick as a man's waist protruded out of the cave and patted Su Shu. Giant bear, level 2 fierce beast, strength 27, dexterity 29, constitution 33, specialty, defense plus 30%, combat strength evaluation, 4.5 stars. Su Shu took out the fine steel dagger without any panic. When he stepped forward, he stabbed 2 small holes with 2 knives in a row. His frightening power attributes made the 5-meter-tall brown-yellow giant bear helpless. The next moment, Su Shu pulled along a small opening, hard like piercing glass. Swish! The giant bear's heart, liver, spleen, lungs, intestines and stomach flowed all over the floor. Baiku Library. You killed a level 2 ferocious beast giant bear that exceeded your level, and you got +1 killing value. You get +10 experience points. There was a prompt sound in the ear. Su Shu found that own experience has reached the peak of level 195 100ths. Closing parenthesis. But he is not in a hurry to brush low-level ferocious beasts to upgrade. After all, combat power is the last word. Another reason is breakthrough. It cannot be judged to be inferior to the opponent. Kill value is not so easy to earn. Boom. The giant bear's corpse was instantly decomposed. Opening square bracket. You get bear claws, strength +5, bear meat, bear bones, giant bear blueprints. After killing the bear, Su Shu stayed quietly in the cave, waiting for the pack of wolves. After fighting with the giant bear, the fine steel dagger was completely damaged. Su Shu intends to synthesize it. Since there are no weapon blueprints, you can only try your luck. First, he took out a wolf fang and synthesized it with the damaged fine steel dagger. Ding! Synthesis complete. You get iron massage stick with wolf flavor 1. What the hell? Su Shu looked at the smelly round-headed stick in his hand and fell into deep thought. Then try wolf teeth, and bear meat together. Ding! The synthesis is complete. You have obtained bear meat massage stick with barbs *1. This. Su Shu got angry. You're playing with me. It's in the wilderness, what do I need a massage stick for? In a huff, he put the wolf's body together with more than a dozen pieces of iron essence, and that piece of G-level god talent, steel body. This G-level talent's defense effect is not strong, and now it has infinite vitality which makes it even more tasteless. Give it a try. Su Shu decided to take a gamble. Ding! The synthesis is complete, and you have obtained a lord-level weapon, Wolf Butcher Knife. Wolf Butcher Knife Level 1 Lord Weapon. Attack Power, 50. Effect 1. The wounds caused are jagged like gnawing wolves, and the bleeding damage is increased by +50. Effect 2. Has great hatred for humans, every time a human is killed, attack power +1. Introduction. This is a lord-level weapon that was put together indiscriminately. The reason why it can become a lord-level weapon is only the huge resentment of the wolf towards humans. Butcher's knife. Su Shu couldn't help saying while holding the wolf butcher knife in his hand. Because it looks like a butcher's knife, but a faint phantom of the wolf's teeth can be seen on the blade. There is no attribute bonus, but the attack power is extremely powerful. It means that the lethality caused will be very strong. Su Shu hung the wolf butcher knife on his waist. From the reflection in the puddle, you can see a handsome young man with a butcher's knife, and there is a bit of weirdness in the violation. At this time, a white wolf shadow slowly appeared in front of Su Shu leading more than 30 wolves. Woohoo! The first wolf threw himself into Su Shu's arms, rubbing against each other affectionately. Okay. Su Shu fed a piece of snake meat as usual. The 20 or so wolves that were brought in stared at Su Shu and the first wolf with big eyes. What happened? How could the wolf be so intimate with this hairless monkey? The next moment, the wolves of the 5 armies on the periphery began to attack them. Su Shu also flew to harvest among the wolves. The huge pig-killing knife. Every time the knife is cut, a wolf's head flies up, which is a lot of fun. Many clever wolves wanted to escape when they saw that the situation was not good. Su Shu launched vacation to jump up, and every wolf that wanted to escape was caught up and chopped off. Ding! You gained 1 point of experience. You got. Congratulations, you have reached level 2. The battlefield prompts sounded one after another, and Su Shu's whole body was suddenly shrouded in a layer of golden light. More than 20 wolves were slaughtered in one wave, and Su Shu was successfully promoted to level 2, all attributes +1, and a little extra point. Level 2, 7/200. Power, 31. Agility 34 E level vacated. Physique 37 D level unlimited vitality, F level double arm strength enhanced. Mental energy 111 E level fear enhancement. Natal talent SSS level infinite decomposition and synthesis. Skills: the more you fight, the braver you become. Kill value 27. Combat rating 5.5 stars. Add points available 1. 5.5 star power. Own's combat strength has far exceeded that of the second level chosen ones. Su Shu directly added points to strength. The attribute improvement brought about by the upgrade now is just a drizzle for Su Shu. Decomposition and synthesis is the fastest way to become stronger. And now he only has 1 experience point for killing wolves. Because the wolf is lower first level than him, the battlefield is judged to be a weaker creature than him. But Su Shu's ultimate goal is to synthesize more wolves and form an army of wolves. Ding! Decomposition is successful, you get. After upgrading to level 2. Decomposing wolves no longer brings attribute points. But with more than 20 wolves, Su Shu successfully synthesized a wolf again. The newly formed alpha wolf howled wildly in front of Su Shu, and then ran over with its tail between its legs to recognize its master. If this continues, my army of wolves will soon take shape. Su Shu smiled happily. Wherever the wolves pass by, not a single blade of grass grows. Far away, a roar filled with endless anger came faintly. It's the Wolf King. Su Shu suddenly became alert. It has been tracking him. No, time for yourself to rest. Su Shu quickly ordered the wolves to continue hunting wolves. And he himself continued to shift locations to avoid the Wolf King. Now, it's not time for a decisive battle with the Wolf King. Repeatedly, when the time enters the night. Dozens of wolves were already following Su Shu. Among them were 5 or 6 wolves. It can be called a strong soldier and a strong horse. Su Shu killed more than half of the pack of wolves that originally had more than 1,000 wolves. The anger of the Wolf King caused other beasts in the trial ground to be brutally murdered. Of course, what was even worse was the chosen ones, who were chased like rabbits by the beasts driven by the angry wolves. There are more than 100 spikes, and I can hardly hold them down, and there are no space props to hold things. Su Shu looked at the more than 100 fangs in his arms, and frowned. Forget it, try to synthesize it. He put all the fangs together and activated the synthesis. BaiQ library. Hope it doesn't produce anything weird. Ding, the synthesis is complete. You have synthesized a level 1 common equipment, Spike Fang Mask. Spike Fang Mask wearing strength +3, agility +3, gathers the fear of wild wolves before death, and passively produces a weak fear effect within 30 meters. This thing. Su Shu was overjoyed and put a crescent-shaped mace mask on his face. It's a perfect match with fear amplification. ... My god, what happened to these beasts? In a huge tree hole, a group of 50 or 60 people was hiding in fear, led by Gao Dashan and Biling Miao. I saw someone hiding in again. Gao Dashan reprimanded immediately. What happened? How did you come here? We were good at killing the group of beasts and birds, and occasionally killed a few level 1 swift rabbits, who knew that the group of beasts would suddenly riot. A short boy looked terrified. Another baby-faced girl began to cry. Captain Chen Zhao used talent to fight that level 2 9-ringed python. Also, I don't know why, the corpses of dead people and beasts will somehow turn into a pile of human flesh cubes. A young man with a right arm injury stammered. It is rumored that a girl has seen the ghost who likes to cut corpses into cubes, and said that he has a human appearance but is extremely perverted. We've heard that too. Impossible, there will be no ghost creatures in the trial ground, at least they will appear after the novice city is opened. Gao Dashan said doubtfully. Biling Miao's face was pale. Who knows? Kill everything in the battlefield. Anything can happen. Quote, as soon as these words came out, an atmosphere of fear spread instantly in the tree cave. Ghost. Still a fierce ghost who likes to cut people into small cubes. This level of horror far exceeds that of a beast, at least the beast can be seen and touched. Gao Dashan gritted his teeth and suppressed the chills. Let's hide here first, don't go out, there are so many people. Swish. The next moment, a snow-white masked figure rushed through the tree hole impressively, and flied away into the distance. What? A girl with a ponytail in the corner screamed loudly, it's him. It's him, that ghost who likes to dismember corpses. Everyone huddled tightly together. Swish. Another huge moonlight-like white light flashed past, closely following that figure. This time everyone saw clearly. A row of data pops up in front of you. ... Screaming Moon Wolf King, Level 1 King of Beasts. Power, 38. Agility, 39. Constitution, 40. Mental Energy, 200. Skill 1 Thunder, trigger the thunder, causing damage and paralysis. Skill 2 Shatter, cause a series of bite attacks, triple the damage. Talent, Heart of the Wolf King, it has become the king of wolves from a mortal wolf by fighting against fate, and it is permanently blessed by thunder, and its attack has its own thunder effect. Combat rating, 7 stars. Warning, King level, novices don't try to resist, as long as you escape, you will win. ... There was a lot of people's teeth chattering and clashing in the tree hole. 7-star combat power, King level beast. It's a good thing they didn't come to see us. Yaosho, how come there is a king level existence in our proving ground? Gao Dashan was also very frightened, and then guessed, could it be that the Wolf King is chasing and killing that ghost? Yes, the monitor is right. It may be so. Many people immediately echoed. It turns out that this is the reason for the ferocious beast's commotion. We can go out after the two of them finish fighting. Quite a few people broke out in cold sweat, and their faces were slightly shocked. ... And this time outside, with great difficulty, Su Shu temporarily got rid of the pursuit of the Wolf King again and dealt with dozens of wolves around him. Finally had a moment free. I saw not far away, outside the tree hole where many chosen people were hiding just now. A fierce tiger, a leopard and 2 giant pythons were slowly approaching the tree hole from outside, smelling the smell of people gathering, they wanted to go in and eat. Idle is also idle, to see how the students are doing. He stroked his chin and thought for a moment, took off his mask, and returned to the tree hole. Unexpectedly, Su Shu just approached the tree hole. Immediately, a group of ferocious beasts outside stopped in horror, and made way for him. It seems to say, Dage, you are advanced, you are advanced. The record of slaughtering more than half of the wolves made other ferocious beasts fear Su Shu from the bottom of their bones. Swish, a knife flashed across Su Shu's waist. The 2 boa constrictors that had no time to escape were first cut into 2 pieces, and then disassembled by Su Shu. ... You gain strength +1, snake teeth, snake bones. Then there are other beasts. After killing a few beasts, Su Shu's experience value has already broken through 162/100ths, not far from level 3. Several corpses of dead chosen ones outside contributed talent to Su Shu again. Ding! You have obtained a G-level God-type talent crystal, strength enhancement. Ding. You have obtained the F-level God-type talent crystal, strength enhancement. Ding. You have obtained the E-level God-type talent crystal, strength enhancement. 3 rotten God-type talents, then let's melt together. Su Shu condensed these 3 Pantheon talents into one. Ding. You have obtained the E-level God-type talent crystal, Storm. Storm power plus 15%, can summon a small level 2 hurricane every day. Good. While synthesizing this divine system crystal, his power suddenly soared. While putting away the butcher's knife, he slowly entered the tree hole. Baiku Library. Su Shu. Many people suddenly exclaimed, "This game nerd is not dead yet. Didn't he get dropped by the monitor?" In front of others, Su Shu hides his own data. Others cannot see his strength, but only his level 2 basic attributes. Su Shu. Gao Dashan frowned seeing that Su Shu was only level 2. He spouted a word from his nose arrogantly. "Since you ordered power to live until now, then I allow you to return to the team." Su Shu, I knew you were alive. Bailing Miao happily walked towards Su Shu. Su Shu greeted Bailing Miao, "Hello." Now he is not afraid of being coveted by others. After saying hello, he turned around and said calmly, "Sorry, I'm just passing by, not coming back to the team." Say it. Turn around. Go out of the cave. Su Shu, it's too dangerous for you to act alone. Bailing Miao immediately stepped forward and shouted in a low voice. Gao Dashan sneered. This kind of waste, let him fend for himself. He thought that Su Shu came back to beg him, but it seems that Su Shu still has suffered enough. But he is our classmate. Bailing Miao's tone became firm. It's not easy for him to live to this day by himself. Is it true that we won't give him a way out? After all, Bailing Miao ran out of the tree hole. There was no sign of Su Shu outside the cave. But there was a look of extreme horror in her eyes. Cubes. There are small cubes of flesh and blood all over the floor. Some people, some animals. Stacked neatly. Leave him alone. Everyone followed, fearing that something might happen to her. Then he also froze in place, watching this weird scene, trembling all over. A girl with freckles trembled. You said, is it possible? The one who habitually cuts corpses into small pieces is not a ghost, but an MC game fan. The figure that just appeared in everyone's minds, and they couldn't help but feel horrified. Su Shu. Could it be that he wiped out all those ferocious beasts outside just now? He was also the maniac ghost who was chased by the Wolf King. It's impossible. Just now he was obviously not strong, and he didn't wear a mask. Then how do you explain that he disappeared as soon as he got out of the tree hole, at such a speed? A boy asked with a pale face. And he never said what talent he awakened. Scarier than ghosts. A companion who loves to chop up corpses. What's even more frightening is that this companion was offended to death by them. No, it can't be him. Gao Dashan came out with a pale face. Looking at the scene in front of him, he was stunned, and his whole body was shaking. Su Shu was unaware of the debate. The Wolf King chased him closely, and he was able to find his position more and more each time. If it weren't for Tenkong, he would have met love with the Wolf King long ago. While running away, Su Shu stopped and frantically killed the wolf. His wolf. The number of groups is increasing rapidly. It has reached 8 wolves and more than 90 common wild wolves. With his current strength, even if he kills the wolf pack will only be slaughtered, and he is not afraid to fight the Wolf King head-on. But Su Shu is still working on one thing. Collect talent crystals. More than 100 candidates were selected, and at least 1/5 of them died in the first wave of selection, that is, more than 20 people. Except for the ones eaten by ferocious beasts, Su Shu must get all the other talent crystals. Shame on waste. Boom. The several corpses in front of him decomposed into pieces of human flesh. Su Shu pocketed it. You have obtained G-level Earth Talent Crystal, lower limb strength and physique. You have obtained F-level Earth Talent Crystal, core strength enhancement. You have obtained F-level Earth Talent Crystal, bone hardening. 3 land systems, these should be the last few. Su Shu looked ahead. The proving ground has been searched. At this time, a battlefield notification sound reached everyone's ears. Hint. Chosen Chen Zhao, the first breakthrough to reach level 4 will reward kill value +1. Reminder: the chosen one, Chen Zhao, is the first to explore the secret treasure, B-level declaration order, and the reward kill value +1. Su Shu also opened a secret treasure bar here. Secret treasure column. None. Note: secret treasure has the effect of changing the rules of the battlefield. It seems to be equivalent to the role of props. Chen Zhao. It seems that his talent is very suitable for cleaning up mobs. Su Shu nodded. The reason why Chen Zhao can level up so quickly is very simple. One mental energy bomb will kill a bunch of level 0 beasts. This kind of talent is not fast to upgrade in the early stage. Who is faster? These level 0 beasts in the proving ground are used to upgrade ordinary chosen ones. Only a pervert like Su Shu would persist in challenging the Wolf King. Everyone else in the jungle was overjoyed. Master Chen Zhao is handsome. Going up to 4th level so quickly. Except for that anonymous person, it should be Chen Zhao who has upgraded the fastest. But what's the use of upgrading quickly? The combat power may not be as good as 1% of that anonymous man. Who is that anonymous man? Tap, tap. The sun is rising, on a mountain peak. Su Shu stepped on the soft fallen leaves. Having accumulated enough strength, he decided not to hide anymore. Instead, he walked straight towards the Wolf King who was chasing him. He pulled out the butcher's knife with a cold expression on his face. Die, you cub. There can only be one king on this land. Boom. Xiaoyu Wolf King's huge body of 8 meters jumped to the other side of the mountain. His cold wolf eyes stared coldly at Su Shu, faint green, a kind of eyes that could penetrate people's hearts. Every step is light without crushing the fallen leaves. The long tail is flat and upturned, like a saber about to be unsheathed. The arrow is on the string at any time, ready to kill. The large silver hairs on its neck, chest, and abdomen shone like platinum, dazzling and dazzling, exuding a fierce and majestic majesty. Ah! This loud howl seemed to shake the world. The remaining hundreds of wolves also slowly climbed up from behind the hill, staring at Su Shu with green eyes, and surrounded him. After looking at the statistics of the Wolf King, Su Shu took a deep breath. This strength. Ordinary 10th level candidates are not necessarily opponents. No wonder it is a legendary mission. And the reward for this task, one can imagine that it will be very cool. He hastily pulled out the butcher's knife. Unlock unlimited vitality. Turn on the storm. Wow! A strong wind swept through. The butcher's knife turned into a thunderbolt that split the storm, and slashed fiercely at the forehead of the Wolf King. The Wolf King was still observing Su Shu, and did not make a move, just flashing past him lightly. And Su Shu couldn't wait any longer. He flew forward and grabbed the Wolf King's hair, and rode fiercely on the Wolf King's body. The butcher's knife slashed on the Wolf King's body more and more viciously. Wow! Blood sprayed straight up. Boom! At this time, a thunderbolt suddenly descended from the clear sky and slammed into Su Shu's body, causing him to smell like charred charcoal all over his body, but he was quickly restored by the infinite vitality. The Wolf King's grace was completely broken. It roared, twisting its head into an unimaginable arc to bite Su Shu. But as soon as it stretched out its head, Su Shu rolled onto its belly and continued to chop. No gimmicks, just cut and be done. With Su Shu's current attributes, it is not in vain. And the more you fight, the more courageous you become. Su Shu's strength is superimposed every second. The Wolf King was completely angry. Ah! It let out a roar and ordered the wolves to come to rescue him. At this time, behind Su Shu, more than a dozen wolves led the wolf pack and rushed forward, blocking the rest of the wolf pack. Now Su Shu's wolves have been able to fight against the wolves. Let's fight each other. Su Shu sneered. Boom! He was accidentally bitten by the Wolf King. With just one bite, the Wolf King gnawed off his right forearm, and began to repair it under the influence of infinite vitality. The reality of the Wolf King. Power is not weak. And under the suppression of Su Shu's many talents and attributes. After a few moments, the Wolf King was completely cut down by Su Shu. All 4 hooves were broken. Seeing that the Wolf King was injured, the wolves behind kept whining. But Su Shu didn't give the Wolf King any chance to breathe. He jumped directly in front of its head, pressed the knife and sighed, "As a wolf, you are indeed quite handsome." With more and more courage, his strength has now been superimposed by 30%. All attributes can suppress the Wolf King. Swish. The butcher's knife severed off the Wolf King's neck. Gurgling, blood flowed profusely. The Wolf King did not give up his dignity until his death, staring coldly at Su Shu. Until death, Su Shu let out a long breath. Ding. At the same time, in the proving ground, a huge battlefield notification sounded in everyone's ears. The legendary mission has been completed. Congratulations, the 475th trial field, you are the first trial field to complete the legendary mission. All members reward killing value +1. The novice village has been opened in advance, and now you can enter the novice village to explore. The novice village is open to 2 types of creatures, humans and beasts. The novice village channel is open, you can communicate with all the selected people in this novice village. Reminder, the missions of each trial ground have not been completed yet, and similar killings are not allowed for the time being. Attacks on the selected ones will transfer to the red name state, and the entire novice village will be notified. Legendary level rewards are being distributed to the legendary mission completers, anonymous. This voice came. Everyone was stunned. Gao Dashan's body shook suddenly. Bai Ling Miao, who was looking for Su Shu, also froze in place. Countless shocking sounds spread throughout the battlefield. No way. Anonymous again. Someone actually killed that Wolf King. How can that be? Our team unexpectedly produced such a strong talent. Is that person Su Shu? Gao Dashan stood where he was, dripping with cold sweat. Chen Zhao was at the same level as himself, and he knew how strong he was, and he couldn't kill the Wolf King. I couldn't stop thinking of that indifferent figure before. Could it be him? Who else but him? Recalling the tone he spoke to Su Shu before, his fingers trembled slightly, and he wiped his eyelids soaked in cold sweat. At the same time, a channel appeared in front of everyone, and they could choose to enter the channel. Below the channel, there are various functions such as trading, adding friends, and so on. At this time, the channel was already in full swing, boiling to the extreme. Your third class is awesome. There is a boss who has completed all the legendary missions. Lincheng number 1 middle school is amazing. I have never heard of anyone who can complete the legend in the trial field in the previous 3 summons. Task. We admire Nanxiang number 1 middle school. Quote, which stage did it? You can tell my sister, she is still a virgin, she just wants to be with the world, 90.60.90. Thanks to the boss, the novice village and the chat channel have finally been opened. How many people are there in our novice village? Number 75 novice village is not all our Daxia people. I heard that there are trial sites in other countries, which have been combined into a novice village. The races are different. Really, there are crooked nuts in the channel. As soon as the words came out, some people who had no face to show up on the channel and could only dive suddenly jumped out. Baga, our great neon country will not lag behind you, you are just a genius. And our great neon country is full of geniuses. Our country of Korea is the ultimate number 1. You Daxia are only leading temporarily. Please don't get complacent prematurely. You must know that our great Eagle Kingdom's training before summoning is of the highest standard. You, uncle, if it weren't for our Daxia genius, you wouldn't be able to get out of the proving ground now. Will you speak? It's kind of a one-on-one appointment. The channel quickly swiped several pages, from discussing Su Shu's identity to scolding. But soon, another battlefield announcement appeared. Ding! Due to the early opening of the novice village, the ranking is announced. Number 74 novice village ranking is as follows. First place, Jason, level 6. Second place, Luo Dao, level 5. Third place, Natsumi Miko, level 5. Third place, Chen Zhao, level 4. Fourth place, Li Wen, level 4. Fifth place, Hu Duan Diao, level 4. Number 567, Su Shu, level 2. My level is too inconspicuous. Su Shu laughed at himself. I have basically never brushed mobs once, and have been beating wolves. In terms of experience, it's no surprise that he can't compare to those big bosses of the Gone Emperor. And then, He also heard the sound of battlefield notifications. Complete the legendary mission, optional reward 2. 1. Common reward. A legendary reward. 2. Exclusive reward. 3 legendary blueprints. 3 pieces of legendary drawings. Su Shu was shocked immediately. Is this an exclusive reward? He was ecstatic. As long as you give yourself the blueprint, you can synthesize as many talents as you want with unlimited decomposition. He can still tell the difference between a full meal and a full meal. He immediately said, I choose 2. Ding. The exclusive reward has been issued. Legendary level weapon blueprint Magic Saber Thousand Blades, legendary level Historical General blueprint Zhao Yun, legendary level Witch blueprint. Chapter 11. Hearing the notification sound of the battlefield, Su Shu's breathing was a little short. Drawing. He expected that the legendary rewards would be good, but he didn't expect it to be so cool. 3 legendary blueprints. As far as Su Shu knows, the quality of the killing field is divided into Lord level, King level, Legendary level, Epic level, Legendary level, God level. These 6 levels, each level is divided into different star ranks, and the difference in each step is huge. Since it is an exclusive reward, it means that the battlefield is tailor-made for him. Su Shu first opened the first blueprint of legendary weapon, Demon Sword Thousand Blades. Magic Sword Thousand Blades blueprint needs 16 pieces of meteorite iron, 3 pieces of sea-level God-type source fire, Earth-type crystals 90, SSS level unlimited decomposition and synthesis of talent. Introduction. Thousands of fragments form the blade, the handle is black, and evil spirits gather on the blade, showing 2 states of blue and black, bursting out with extremely strong lethality. Only attack but not defend, the world is unparalleled. Then there is legendary level historical famous general drawing Zhao Yun. Legendary level drawings of famous historical generals Zhao Yun, 100 high-level practitioner bodies, 3 sea-level human source fires, and SSS level unlimited decomposition and synthesis of talents are required. Introduction. Unparalleled fierce general, invincible as a commanding arm, with 6 commanding skills, 3 combat skills, and a legendary skill, the most powerful human legendary arm in the early stage. Peace the troubled world with a heart full of courage, and a long spear in your hand to fix the country. The last one is a legendary witch blueprint reusable. Legendary witch blueprint 100 female bodies, 3 pieces of sea-level source fire, unlimited attributes, SSS or infinitely decomposed and synthesized into talent. Introduction. According to different energy attributes, Meredith, the Mad Witch, Philomena, the Furious Witch, Mavis, the Lazy Witch, Catherine, the Lustful Witch, Kelly, the Greedy Witch, and Annie, the Blood Devil, are randomly synthesized. One of the Great Witches, each representing the 6 major departments, with different abilities, initially with 9-star combat power. Come and play with us, it's fun. Su Shu settled down, his heart was burning. 1 weapon blueprint, 2 arms blueprints. They are all legendary fetishes. Needless to say, the magic knife Thousand Blades, the attack power is so strong that it is invincible. What he didn't expect was that there were drawings of the famous historical general Zhao Zilong. And there is also a drawing of a witch, 8 different styles of witches can be synthesized. They are all unimaginable treasures. This legendary reward is too cool. What is the source of fire? Immediately after, Su Shu looked at the formula and raised his first question. There is a source of fire in each recipe, but he has never broken down this thing. But he forgot that the attribute bar was open, and the battlefield answered directly. Question succeeded. Kill value -2. Exclamation mark. Quote. The source of fire is the crystallization of energy in human creatures and other high-rank creatures, and low-level beast creatures only have a trace of energy, which is condensed in animal teeth. I understand when you say that. Su Shu nodded. It is equivalent to the advanced version of wolf teeth and leopard teeth, but the beast is too low-end, so the energy in the body is directly transformed into teeth. But the problem is that Su Shu was very distressed to be cut off by the system for 2 killing points. He looked at the corpse of the Wolf King in front of him, and immediately used decomposition. Boom. Successfully decomposed. You have obtained Wolf King Heart, Physique +7, Skill Crystallization, Thunder. Wolf Meat, Wolf Bones. Heart of the Wolf King, the certificate for killing legendary creatures, all attributes will be permanently increased by 5%. Thunder, level 1 skill, which can summon a thunder to attack creatures within the range, causing damage and paralysis. The strength of the thunder depends on your upper limit of mental energy. Another level 1 skill, Su Shu wears the heart of the Wolf King. All attributes increased by 5% again. Thunder, the strength of this skill actually follows the upper limit of mental energy. Afterwards, I got a strong human system talent, promoted mental energy to the top, and went down with a thunderbolt. I am afraid that the world will be destroyed. Su Shu felt relieved. Looking at the remaining pack of wolves not far away, he didn't intend to let them go. Follow your king. He rose into the air and began to raise his knife to slaughter the wolves who had lost their wolf king. Ow! The wolves of the outer arms also tightened their encirclement, accompanied by the howling of wolves. After a while, wolf carcasses were scattered all over the grass. Ding! You gain experience +1. Ding! You gain experience +1. This wave of experience also allowed Su Shu to rise to level 3, adding a little more to all attributes. His attributes have changed. Level 3, 56 500ths. Strength 43 E-class storm. Agility 45 E-level vacated. Physique 47 D-level unlimited vitality, F-level double arm strength enhancement, G-level lower limb strength enhancement, F-level bone hardening, F-level core strength enhancement. Mental energy 128 E-level fear enhancement. Natal talent SSS level infinite decomposition and synthesis. Skills level 1 is more courageous, level 1 thunder. Kill value 42. Combat rating 7 stars. Add points available 1. The level ranking has risen by dozens, although not much, but not too little. The wolf corpse also allowed Su Shu to synthesize more than 10 wolves again. I don't know what kind of arms will appear when the wolf is recombined. Su Shu's eyes were full of anticipation. Gather 10 wolves together and use synthesis. Ding! Swish! The silver-white wolf king slowly gathers in front of Su Shu with an incomparably graceful demeanor. Stepped towards him step by step, bowed his head, noble and proud. Ah! The wolf king appeared, and all the wolves beside him howled with excitement. The synthesis is complete. You have condensed a king-level unit, Screaming Moon Wolf King. Cool. Su Shu stroked the wolf king's head, feeling a burst of joy in his heart. 10 Lord-level units can be synthesized into 1 King-level unit. This Wolf King's combat power evaluation has reached 7 stars, and it can be called the strongest creature in the novice trial field, and now it belongs to his subordinates. Wolf King Tsunere whimpered a few times, as if calling Su Shu. Su Shu froze for a moment, understood what it meant, and slowly rode on the back of the Wolf King, feeling like a big fluffy sofa. Swish! 1 man and 1 wolf turned into phantoms. At this time, Su Shu really achieved the ability to come and go like the wind. With the help of the Wolf King Tang Kong, Su Shu's shadow is hard to see. Su Shu turned all the wild wolves into alpha wolves. Now under his command, a Wolf King cooperates with 7 or 8 wolves, and the wolf pack is initially formed. The voice of the battlefield came again. You are the first person in this novice region to obtain a king-level unit. Do you want to broadcast anonymously? Yes. The anonymous candidate is the first to obtain the king-level unit, killing value +10, please continue to work hard. The loud broadcast sound from the battlefield rang in everyone's ears one after another. Everyone stopped what they were doing, and looked up at the sky in a daze, feeling a little numb. Anonymous again, isn't it? Is there a mistake? He just got the Lord rank, and now he has the King rank. This Cliff is a person. Do you want to be so outrageous? Is this person the same as the one who obtained the Lord level before? You must know that the novice village is open now, and the broadcast may be talking about the whole novice village. I don't know. I hope it's not a crooked nut. In the astonishment of everyone, no one knew. Su Shu has already stepped out of the proving ground, slowly walking towards the newly opened unfamiliar area. Baikyu Library. This proving ground is no longer valuable to him. He has to challenge human beings in order to obtain the source of fire. Synthesize the legendary drawings. At the same time, He ordered the Wolf King to attack other wolves and collect more wolf corpses. The Wolf King and the alpha wolves were already sprinting in the other direction. The matter of killing wolves cannot be stopped. Su Shu is looking forward to what kind of troops the 10 Wolf Kings can combine into in the future. Besides, now it is basically impossible for any creature in the novice village to hurt him. If there is an emergency, he can just call the Wolf Kings back. At this time, a beautiful figure appeared behind Su Shu, as if looking for him. Su Shu, why are you running towards the novice village? It's too dangerous. Su Shu stopped and found that it was indeed Bai Lingyun. He smiled and waved his hands. What's wrong? Bai Lingyun took a deep breath and thought for a while before speaking. Su Shu, my father is the chosen one of the previous generation, you should know that, right? Su Shu nodded. I know, what's wrong? Looking at Su Shu's body exuding majestic power, Bai Lingyun showed a strong expression of shock, and his tone suddenly became solemn. Su Shu, who are you? What task is given to you? Above. Su Shu paused. A look of confusion flashed across his eyes. What's the meaning? Could it be that there are organizations among the chosen ones, and are there forces that have been divided before entering? Think for a moment, he said lightly. I am me, I don't understand what you mean. What? Bai Lingyun showed a hint of surprise. You can achieve such an achievement, don't you have 4 emperors behind you? Consciously slipping her tongue, she immediately stopped talking. It's all about. A black line was drawn across Su Shu's forehead, and he waved his hand. I don't know what kind of organization you and the previous generation of selected people have. You should go back, it's not safe here. The words fell. The figure disappeared in place. With Su Shu's current strength, at least in the novice village, he is almost invincible. No one deserves his attention. When you run fast enough, there is only the sound of wind in your ears. Bai Lingyun stared at the speed at which Su Shu disappeared in an instant, without leaving even an afterimage, and was stunned. Bai Ling Miao's eyes widened suddenly. A thought that had never been imagined appeared in my mind. Is it true that he is not a genius discovered by my Daxia executives, but a real independent practitioner? No one knows better than her the value of this kind of unique practitioner genius in the eyes of Daxia's senior management. She immediately chased after him. Even if you can't win Su Shu's favor, at least I have to tell Su Shu that as Daxia's side, I will never expose his strength. Wow. Su Shu's figure slowly fell outside the forest. A few human voices came from not far away. It was a human village. Old guy, have you paid all the offerings to our king this year? Hero, please spare the life of Xiaohe village. This year's money is really not enough. If you don't pay enough, you will slaughter the village. This is the rule set by the head. Swish. There were several saber lights, and soon the village was filled with the shouts of women, children, and the elderly. After a few breaths, there was no life left in the village. This is a bandit. When Su Shu entered the village, he was shocked when he saw the bodies of the villagers who had just been massacred. Real carnage. According to the information obtained by Blue Star, the killing field is a real world. There will not only be living humans, but also gods, ghosts, demons, and indescribable creatures living here, and even established forces, dynasties, and kingdoms. What was killed before was all ferocious beasts, but seeing the scene of humans being slaughtered now still shocked Su Shu a little. He used disintegrate on the corpses of these villagers. Ding, you got AG level source fire, human flesh, human bones. The strength of the villagers is too weak. Is there only AG level source fire? However, Su Shu was still very excited when he saw Yuanguo appearing. Source fire, it is composed of the soul of the living body and the energy in the body. He continued to walk into the village, and soon found a few big men in black, holding bright steel knives in their hands. Bitter, level 3 human, strength 24, dexterity 23, constitution 28, specialty, junior practitioner, combat strength evaluation, 5 stars. Human creatures are still stronger than ordinary beasts, with a combat power of 5 stars. Although they are lower than the Wolf King and the Wolf King, after all, the Wolf King is the king monster in the trial field, with a king level bonus. Su Shu nodded slightly. Where did you come from? It happened to be a sacrificial knife for my uncle. As soon as they saw Su Shu, Several bandits came up with grinning grimaces, they were already red-eyed. Bang! Su Shu took out the butcher's knife and slashed at the steel knife hacked by the bandit. Click! The steel knife snapped into 2 pieces. The steel knife is just an ordinary weapon, and it cannot be compared with Su Shu's Lord-level weapon. Wow! Several bandits started fighting with Su Shu with swords in hand. One trick and one style, quite martial Dao airs. At the same time, they were all a little surprised at Su Shu. This kid's fighting power is not weak. Su Shu sighed in his heart. People kill. Sure enough, it is still the eternal theme of the killing field. Although these bandits are weaker than the big wolf, martial Dao's moves are all solid, and they are more difficult to deal with than the big wolf. But Su Shu's attributes have completely overwhelmed them, not to mention the many talents in his body. Swish! After probing clearly, Su Shu chopped down a bandit from it with a single knife. Seeing that they were invincible, the other 2 bandits wanted to flee, but Su Shu chopped off their heads with 2 swords from behind. Call! Su Shu let out a breath. Should I say it or not, even though it was the first time he killed a man in 2 lifetimes. But not much tension. Seeing blood after entering the battlefield is already too much. Suddenly, a battlefield notification sounded in my ears. Ding! You killed the bandit, experience +5. You broke out a common item, turtle breath record. ... Turtle breath record. Su Shu was very happy, unexpectedly exploded. Items are out. Turtle breath record, ordinary martial Dao cultivation technique, after use, strength +1, constitution +2. Note: the selected person has no cultivation process, and the attribute can be added directly by using the cheat book. ... No need to practice, just become stronger. Su Shu was overjoyed again, and immediately used it. Strength +1, constitution +2. I didn't forget to use decomposition on the bandit corpse. ... You got the martial Dao source fire of the F-level human system, the primary practitioner meat, the primary practitioner bone, and the primary practitioner blueprint. ... Several corpses were all decomposed by Su Shu. It's just that bandits are at the same level as Su Shu, so they can't decompose attribute points and reward killing values. Hey, the bandits who have practiced martial Dao, have their meat become practitioner meat? Su Shu was slightly surprised. The practitioner's meat, he remembered, was the material in Zhao Yun's drawing. The bodies of 100 high-level practitioners. He put together 10 pieces of beginner practitioner meat, using crafting. Ding! After the synthesis is complete, you will get the meat of the intermediate practitioner 1. Can it still be like this? Su Shu was ecstatic in his heart, at least now Zhao Yun's blueprint is available. Kill the bandit and replace Zhao Yun. This business is simply unprofitable. He looked at the several F-level source fires in his hand, including the G-level source fire decomposed from the villagers' corpses. Synthesis. Ding! After the synthesis is complete, you will get a D-level source fire 1. The last is the elementary practitioner drawing. Elementary practitioner blueprint, you need elementary practitioner meat, practitioner bone, F-level source fire 1, SSS level unlimited decomposition and synthesis of talent, and you will get a primary practitioner unit. Junior practitioner. Su Shu shook his head. Too rubbish. This rudimentary human creature is definitely not the strongest among human creatures. Moreover, the practitioner system should be the most stretched among human cultivation systems, and Su Shu does not want to take this path. We will definitely meet stronger humans in the future. It's better to save more wolves and follow the route of the army of beasts. A high-rank ferocious beast will definitely be very strong. With 3 legendary blueprints, these little soldiers are not in his eyes. There must be a bandit village near here, so they will collect taxes from these villagers. It would be great if I could find a living villager to ask. Su Shu was thinking about it. Big brother. Can you? At this time, a crying girl's voice sounded. Who? Su Shu suddenly became alert. Look behind. At the corner, a girl in ancient costume carved in jade slowly stood up. She looked like she had just turned 18, but she was still a little childish, full of lowly feeling. Can you take me with you? A message popped up in front of Su Shu. Human villager, level 0 good, strength 7, dexterity 6, constitution 6. Specialty cute. This is a very cute little girl. Taking her away will bring unexpected gains. Combat power rating, 0. What the hell? After the wolf-flavored vibrator, Sushu was shocked again. Cute. How can it be a specialty? Little girl, what's your name? Where's your adult? Unexpectedly, the girl wiped her tears and leaned in front of him. They were all killed by bandits just now, and then you turned them into small cubes. A black line appeared on Sushu's forehead, which was seen. You are not afraid. The girl shook her head. You are better than bandits, you won't take the initiative to kill people. All right. This little loli's logic shocked Sushu. Is he a good person if he doesn't take the initiative to kill? Big brother, I can warm the bed, can I give it to you? I will be married in 2 years. There was a bit of pure pleading in the girl's eyes. Take me with you, or the bandits won't let me go. Human villagers request to follow you. Sushu heard a notification sound, and looked at the pair of big watery eyes in front of him. Well, cute is really cute. Coupled with the phrase, there will be unexpected gains, in the introduction, Sushu was slightly touched. According to the experience of the senior selected by Blue Star, the good natives in the killing field are also living people. Nodded. Okay, but I won't protect you. As long as I follow the big brother, no one will dare to bully me. The girl bared her canine teeth, followed Sushu in 2 steps, and put her face in Sushu's arms. The big brother is so good. Good villager, the favorability for you +10. SSS talent bonus. Talent can also gain favorability bonus. Do you know where there are bandits nearby? Sushu took the opportunity to ask. The girl nodded quickly and pointed in one direction. I know, just behind that mountain, there is a bandit camp, there are hundreds of bandits in it, and there is also a small leader. Good guy, it's so detailed, you are the task trigger. Sushu thought to himself. Turn around and walk in that direction. Don't be afraid even if there are frauds, just kill them clean. At this time, swish, in the sky ahead, 4 figures soaring into the sky suddenly appeared. One of the black-robed women waved her hand and said, the airflow that caused the flying of several people to stop slowly. Several people fell. A burly man in the lead frowned and looked at the village in front of him, speaking in the language of Goryeo. Master Pu Duan Diao used the A-level prediction talent. The predicted trigger point of the epic level task is here, right? Yes. The person next to him nodded and was stunned again. But, are we late? No, it was someone who was quick-footed. Boarded first. Quote. The black-robed woman said with a cold face. Look forward. 2 figures, one big and one small, walked slowly. Swish. The burly man rushed forward. He stared coldly at Sushu who was walking towards him. Big Sha people. The battlefield automatically translated the other party's language into Daxia language that Sushu could understand. Ding. The other party is from the number 375 trial field. Sushu heard the battlefield notification sound in his ear. He pushed little Loli back, his face turned cold. Korea. Swish. Butcher's knife out of its sheath. Killing needs no reason. Although the people in front of them concealed their strength, they were ineffective against Sushu. The weak cannot hide their strength from the strong. This is the rule of the killing field. The strong is king. In Sushu's eyes, these Koreans are all level 4, 1D level talent, 3E level talents, and some simple equipment, reaching a 4-star combat power. But in their eyes, Sushu is only level 3. The woman in black robe glanced at little Loli, and immediately said in Korean, don't forget the business. Yes, the burly man nodded upon hearing this. Then he looked at Sushu arrogantly, and automatically translated through the language of the battlefield. Big Sha people, this is not the place for you to come. Give me the indigenous girl and the knife you picked up in your hand, and I will give you some equipment. The words fell. He threw a mace on the ground in front of Sushu. Only by killing dozens of wild wolves will you have a chance to unearth a single piece of equipment. You probably haven't seen it before, have you? Looking at the knife in Sushu's hand, he revealed a hint of greed. Put down that knife, that's not what you deserve. Sushu scratched his head with the butcher's knife. This man was probably suffering from some serious illness. Dozens of wild wolves can burst out. Every wild wolf has its own good or bad. Do you think you picked up this butcher's knife yourself? What if I don't pay? He asked, narrowing his eyes. The burly man looked at the black-robed woman, and the black-robed woman snorted coldly. Kill it, don't let our trip leak. Swish. The burly man rushed towards Su Shu in an instant, took out a simple stone knife in his hand, a golden light shone all over his body, and slashed at Su Shu viciously. Su Shu didn't even look at it. Wave. The butcher's knife is the same as dividing pork, dividing the man into two from the middle. Swish. The burly man turned into two pieces and fell into a pool of blood, his eyes widened. Immediately afterwards, the people next to them looked at each other, and their eyes were shocked to the extreme. How can a level 3 rookie be so strong? It must be the knife, grab the knife. The black-robed woman also stared wide-eyed in amazement, but quickly waved, let's go together. Several people rushed towards Su Shu together. Various talents are launched, and the colors of fire, ice, and thunder are overflowing. Swish. Su Shu stood still and did not move. The speed of the butcher's knife was so fast that the shadow could hardly be seen clearly. Snapped! Exclamation mark. Several pieces of human flesh that were separated fell to the ground, dying with regret. Now Su Shu is very skilled in killing people. He walked slowly towards the black-robed woman. This kind of strength. The black-robed woman had already fully understood Su Shu's strength. His whole body trembled with horror. You are. Does it matter who I am? Do you think you can survive? Su Shu looked as usual. The air around the black-robed woman swept across her body, and she flew into the sky. This person is most likely the anonymous person in the announcement. Be sure to report to Master Park. Fortunately, an OWND level sky talent can fly. Can fly, right, who can't fly? Suddenly, a teasing voice sounded behind her. She turned around in a daze. I saw Su Shu appearing in the air behind her, with a calm smile. A big hand grabbed her slender neck and slammed her to the ground. He stepped on her delicate body with his big foot and rolled it hard. Tell me, what is the role of this indigenous girl? Tell me honestly. Puff. The black-robed woman spat out a mouthful of blood. Staring at Su Shu in disbelief. The delicate body of the lower body has been turned into a meat paste under Su Shu's huge force. Speak, or you will die very hard. Su Shu has no sympathy for the enemy, let alone in the killing field. The toes ran over the Korean woman's skin inch by inch, making her experience a crueler punishment than Ling Chi. Master Park. Sea-level predicted talent, this native and. The Korean woman's eyes burst out, and she had already started spitting out blood clots in her internal organs. She stared at Su Shu. Activating, Novice Village, is related to the epic mission. Snapped. Su Shu stomped on her head like a dead fish. He was so cruel for no reason. According to the narration after the return of the selected senior of Daxia. The Koreans once united with Neon and other countries to strangle the selected candidates of Daxia, which led to the targeting of the first generation of selected candidates of Daxia, and the early losses were extremely heavy. Until now, as a populous country in Great Sha, the number of gods has not recovered to the number it should have. My family, its heart must be different. He will not show mercy to Su Shu, a foreigner. The battlefield broadcast sound also came from the ear. Notice, the Chosen One, Quan Hao, and others were killed by the Chosen One, and they have been transferred to the status of Red Name. Su Shu raised his head. He found that he hadn't been transferred to the Red Name because of the murder. He thought for a moment before reacting. It seems that the first person to attack the Chosen One will be transferred to the Red status. Even if they are dead. Immediately afterwards, Su Shu turned to look at the lowly girl. The girl hid behind the bushes and watched the scene, only to timidly come forward when she realized that Su Shu had killed several people. I found Su Shu looking at her with weird eyes. What's going on? Did I do something wrong? In the girl's eyes full of spirituality, great doubts flashed in her small head. Baikyu Library. Immediately afterwards, his face turned red. I understand. So you need it. Sooner or later, I will know. Okay. She slowly approached Su Shu, squatted down, and unbuttoned Su Shu's waistband shyly. He raised his head and looked at Su Shu with innocent eyes. Big brother, I have no experience. What the hell? The veins on Su Shu's forehead popped out. When did I say this? Don't explain it. Snapped. He picked up the girl's hand. I'm asking you, who is it? The girl looked at Su Shu blankly. I am what I am. Su Shu checked her data a few more times and found that it was still the same, an ordinary villager. You can kill it with a wave of your hand. Doubts arose in my heart. By pressing the question from the mouth of the Korean woman just now. A C-level predictor of talent in Korea. It is predicted that this little girl is related to the epic mission of Novice Village. How could she be so simple? Su Shu didn't ask any more questions, but said flatly, "Don't play tricks." "Don't you like this posture?" The girl shrank behind Su Shu aggrievedly. Su Shu ignored the eccentric little girl and directly disassembled the bodies of several people. You have obtained E-level Earth Talent Crystal, lower limb strength enhancement. You have obtained E-level Divine Talent Crystallization, power enhancement. You have obtained E-level Earth Talent Crystal, bone hardening. You have obtained D-level Celestial Talent Crystal, flying sky. ... The other talents are nothing, but this D-level talent. This is the first time that Su Shu has killed a D-level talent. He quickly synthesized this piece of D-level talent with Tang Kong. Quote ... You got a D-level sky-type talent, blinking. Flash, agility plus 20%, can flicker in a small range within 30 meters, cooldown for 3 seconds. Okay. Su Shu nodded in satisfaction. The E-level vacated directly turned into a D-level space flicker. Whoosh. His figure became even more elusive. Pulling the lowly girl, she slowly flickered towards the bandit camp. ... You are entering an area 2 levels higher than yours, please proceed with caution. Standing in front of the camp, Su Shu heard the sound of the battlefield. The camp was heavily guarded, and there were many bandits shouting and shouting. Quote, when will we be able to return to the rudder and change defenses? Quote, that's right, this place where the birds don't shit, it's just a poor village, daddy doesn't want to stay anymore. Baikyuku. Hey, did the sixth son and the others come back after collecting taxes? ... Heavenly King Getahu. A bandit walked up to the gate of the camp and announced the code. I found Su Shu standing in front of the door with a smile, Pagoda Town River Demon. He still complained in his heart, such an old-fashioned code. As a result, at the next moment, the bandit was furious, there is a secret work. Whoosh. Su Shu flew to the camp gate with the butcher's knife in his hand, and took the bandit's head away. Enemy attack. There were several roars like broken gongs. A large group of bandits rushed to the gate of the camp. But Su Shu ran to the gate of the camp and retrieved the butcher's knife. Swish. A knife in the past. Several bandits fell to the ground. The figure entered the camp like a ghost. Another few knives. Cutting melons and chopping vegetables harvested the bandit's life. You killed the bandit and gained experience points. A notification sound came from Su Shu's ear. Seeing that they were invincible, all the bandits were shocked and shouted hastily. The idea is tough. Go and get the plate. Su Shu killed very happily. In his eyes, these bandits are living drawing materials. The words fell. In the big tent of the camp, an 8-foot-strong man with a machete came out slowly. His whole body was covered with rich martial Dao blood qi, and he was holding 2 young ladies with delicate skin and tender flesh in his arms. Angrily yelled at Su Shu. Where did you come from, a straight mother thief? How dare you break into my territory of Qingfangjai? Qingfangjai. Su Shu nodded, it looks like a big cottage. HMPH. My Qingfangjai occupies 800 miles of Qiantang County. There are 4 major divisions, with thousands of people. If you know your way, please quickly kowtow to Grandpa. Seeing your skill is good, maybe Grandpa can reward you official position. The 8-foot burly man laughed loudly. Seeing Su Shu's strength, he tried to lure Su Shu to join him. Influence. Qingfangjai, I invite you, do you want to join? A battlefield notification sounded in Su Shu's ear. Su Shu was speechless. Any ghost egg force dares to invite itself to join. He knows. There is another development route of killing battlefield, which is to join the indigenous forces and become stronger by attaching to the indigenous forces. But Su Shu didn't intend to go this way. The corner of his mouth curled up. Thousands. Very good, enough for me. Dao Guangzhan shot. Dare you, kid. The 8-foot burly man was furious, and swung his mountain axe at Su Shu. Rushed over. A piece of data flashed in front of Su Shu's eyes. ... Bitter Palm, level 5 human, strength 34, dexterity 35, constitution 35, Specialty, Intermediate Practitioner, Tiger Fist, Combat Strength Evaluation, 6 stars. A 6-star combat power. Judging by the statistics, it's not much better than the Alpha Wolf, but you must know that the Alpha Wolf is a Lord-level creature. Su Shu was not much surprised. Wield the butcher knife. Bang! It collided violently with the mountain axe. Wow! The 8-foot burly man suddenly turned around, and slashed at Su Shu stronger with each axe. And Su Shu's strength attribute has overwhelmed him. With a twist of the butcher knife in his hand, he split a layer of flesh and blood on his body. After counting the knives, he jumped up. With one blow, he chopped off the mountain axe in his hand. Unexpectedly, the strong man immediately cast fist technique. Grandpa's strongest is this set of Tiger Fist. Boom! The fist wind made a violent piercing sound in the air, attacking Su Shu viciously. Su Shu's strength is even stronger. The more you fight, the braver you are. In a few moments, the strong man was severely chopped down by Su Shu. Snapped. Su Shu slashed at his neck, and the strong man's head fell to the ground. Ding! You killed a bandit leader who was 2 levels above you, killing value plus 10. Ding! Experience value plus 15. Ding! You broke the middle-level Martial Dao Classics, Hu Ben Fist, Pen Fun Library. Su Shu's eyes were excited. Hu Ben Fist, Strength plus 3, Constitution plus 3 after use. Attribute points picked up in vain. He didn't stop. Continued to kill wildly in the cottage. Until all the hundreds of bandits were killed, the experience value directly soared to almost level 4, and then all the corpses were placed in the center of the camp. A family needs to be tidy. Su Shu sighed. Use decomposition. Ding. Quote. Your strength plus 3, get the martial Dao source fire of the D-level human system, the intermediate practitioner meat, the intermediate practitioner bone, and the intermediate practitioner blueprint. Quote. Your strength plus 1, you get martial Dao source fire from the F-rank human system, primary practitioner meat, primary practitioner bone. After the decomposition, start the synthesis directly. Ding! You synthesized an advanced practitioner body 10. Ding! You synthesized a C-class human martial Dao Yuanwo 1. At this moment, Su Shu heard the sound of a battlefield notification. You are the first to strangle the bandit leader, activate the Novice Village legendary mission, destroy Qingfeng Village. Tips: activate the legendary task at the next stage, and the reward will be doubled. He immediately became excited. Another legendary mission. At the same time, a huge broadcast sound also came from the trial ground. Selected. Anonymous, activate the Novice Village legendary mission, destroy Qingfeng Village. Chi-Chi, who was still hiding in the mountains and hunting wild animals, was startled by this broadcast. Hundreds of pages of chat records suddenly appeared in the channel. It's him. It must be him. Our Novice Village must have an unexpected boss. We are still in the trial field, and he ran to the Novice Village to activate the mission. One step faster, step faster. Who is this boss? I am willing to exchange 30 million blue star coins for his identity. Such a big brother, even if we can see him from a distance, it is our blessing. Unfortunately, no one knows his identity. The only time he was suspected was him, and only people have seen him chasing the Wolf King. The boss must be active in the Novice Village now. Who among us dares to enter the Novice Village? There are also a lot of sour words with crooked nuts. Baga, it's just that we are leading in the Novice Village stage, and there is still a long way to go. Yes, when the Novice City mission starts, that will be the real battle. No matter how strong he is alone, it can't change the fact that your Daxia is weaker than us. Now we are the top few on the ranking list. All the chosen ones in the proving ground were shocked. Everyone frantically questioned Su Shu's identity. Who is it? Unfortunately, so far no one has dared to enter the Novice Village to verify Su Shu's identity. At this time, in number 473 proving ground, a group of Koreans in black combat uniforms were gathering together, surrounding a handsome long-haired Korean man in the center. The battlefield broadcast came. Click. The long-haired man severely crushed the stone knife in his hand, smashing a boulder angrily. Who the hell is he? Master Park, according to our analysis, this person should be the one who killed Kwanao and the others. I don't know if it's a coincidence, or this person also knew the trigger point of the epic mission. A Korean man next to him said in a low voice. Impossible, even with my sea-level talent, it takes a lot of blessing to predict the trigger point of this epic mission. The long-haired man was furious. This feeling of paying a lot, but being cut off by someone, and being the first to get there, drove him crazy. At this time, a group of blonde-haired and blue-eyed eagles and a few islanders in blue robes stepped in from the border of the proving ground. Baikyu Library. The long-haired man suddenly ran up to the leader of the blonde man in fear, Lord Caesar. There were some accidents in this operation. Snapped. The blonde man kicked him down, his tone so cold. To the extreme. Do you know how much I, the chosen senior of the Great Eagle Kingdom, paid for this epic mission? I specially asked 3 C-level talents to assist you, and my B-level talent also blessed you, which allowed you to successfully predict this epic task. Now you have failed. All your hard work has been ruined by you. You Koreans are a bunch of trash. Yes, we Koreans are indeed useless, I have already punished them. The long-haired man bowed and apologized repeatedly. In order to calm Caesar's anger, he lowered his voice. I think, if you want to regain the epic mission now, you must kill that anonymous person. At this time, the boy in kimono from the Neon Kingdom stood with his hands behind his back and said in a cold tone. You're right, Yuan Jun. Caesar nodded, and waved to the long-haired man after speaking. Now, predict his identity for me. Okay. The Korean man said nothing. His eyes revealed endless mysterious symbols, and turned into pure black. Sea-level forecast talent. After a while, he suddenly opened his eyes, which were full of shock. This is impossible. The battlefield reminds me that I am not qualified to predict him. It seems that the anonymous person is a talent above sea level. The man in the Neon Country was not surprised, but sneered. Daxia has produced a remarkable person this time. Caesar looked into the distance with deep eyes. So what, since he has received Qingfeng Village, he will definitely fight Qingfeng Village. Let some of our people choose to join Qingfeng Village, first find out his movements, and then concentrate on besieging and killing him. We must not let him survive the novice village. Yes, several people bowed their heads at the same time. At this time, in the number 475 proving ground. Gao Dashan trembled when he heard the broadcast. What's wrong, Monitor? The 2 girls in his arms asked him timidly. Gao Dashan shook his head. Nothing. He can deceive others, but he cannot deceive his heart. In the past 2 days, he had nightmares again and again, dreaming that Su Shu came to him with a knife and cut off his head with a knife. The stronger the anonymous, the worse his panic. Almost delusional. Can't go on like this. He murmured in his heart. I have to go to my cousin to see if they can contain Su Shu. When the words fell, he said to the people in the team. You are acting here for the time being, I will go to other trial grounds. Yes, Monitor. After finishing speaking, Gao Dashan turned and walked towards the trial field next to him. Base. An hour later, he reached the center of the 470th proving ground. As soon as he entered here, he saw a large group of chosen guards. Outside a cave. In the cave, there was a faint sound of a serious meeting. Who is this anonymous man? We must find out his identity, if it is someone from our side. He is extremely important to us now. I just communicated with the above through secret treasure, and the above means the same, at all costs. When Gao Dashan entered the cave, he found that 7 or 8 heads of the Great Shot trial field were gathering here and having a meeting. His cousin Lin Jia was among them. He walked in with a smile. Cousin. You don't bring your team to level up monsters, what are you doing here? Even that Chen Zhao in your class is doing better than you. Lin Jia was interrupted from the meeting, and his tone immediately showed impatience. Seeing someone come in, several leaders stopped talking for an instant. Cousin, I may know the identity of that anonymous person. Gao Dashan cut to the chase, directly stated the purpose of OWN, and then explained the grievances between himself and Su Shu. At the end of the day, add a sentence. Cousin, in my opinion, such a rebellious person is absolutely impossible for me to use, why not us? He made a kill gesture. Did not expect. As soon as the words fell, everyone was shocked. Then he showed a look of ecstasy. Is this anonymous genius really in our big summer? Great, really great. Are you finished? However, Lin Jia's expression became more and more gloomy the more he listened, and finally squeezed out a line of words from between his teeth. Are you an idiot? You are a hot chicken with a 3-star combat power. Why do you think that our Daxia will offend such a genius for you? Cousin. Gao Dashan panicked when he heard this. We grew up playing together. I have always loved Cousin On the most, but I don't plan to take care of myself anymore. Ho! A gust of wind blew, and Lin Jia, who was already level 5, stretched out his hand like lightning and strangled Gao Dashan's neck. His eyes were cold. You haven't told anyone about this, have you? All the leaders of the chosen ones watched this scene coldly. No. Gao Dashan was lifted up, his eyes terrified to the extreme. That's good. Lin Jia sighed, his tone revealing a touch of pity. Sorry, Shanzi. The protection I gave you in the past, now it seems that it really hurt you, and made you lose your mind at all. But there is no child's play in the killing field. This time the matter is too big, and I can't keep you. Click. Immediately, a huge force gushed out from his palm, breaking Gao Dashan's neck. Gao Dashan slowly fell to the side, his eyes widened in disbelief. Gao Dashan never expected it. He will die at the hands of the people he counts as his backer. Everyone. Lin Jia stood up and bowed to all the heads of the trial field present. It was my dereliction of duty to almost leak the safety of the sole practitioner this time. I have cleaned up the door and voluntarily took the blame and resigned as the head of the novice village. A novice village leader nodded and said, first of all, we must protect his identity. Lin Jia, you handled it very decisively this time. I don't think it's necessary to resign. After all, you are one of the few C-level status holders in our novice village. Several other people also nodded. Agree, a graceful woman said in a deep voice. I will use the secret treasure to report immediately, and the higher-ups will definitely be ecstatic when they know about this matter. Do you want to test this anonymous person first? A calm young man said in a serious tone. After all, he had some unpleasant experiences with us. I think it makes sense, and we originally planned to launch the plan when the novice village mission is released after the trial ground mission is over. It's best to inform him in advance about this matter. Immediately someone agreed. No need. Lin Jia shook his head. The task of building the city is to cooperate with other novice villages. It has nothing to do with him. We just need to show goodwill to him, and then be wary of other parties attacking him, so as not to backfire. Pen Fun Library. It is good. Everyone nodded in unison. At this time, in the number 475 proving ground, Chen Zhao suddenly received a private message from the channel. I'm Lin Jia, head of novice village number 74. Gao Dashan can't come back. You have been promoted to the team leader, and now the number 475 trial field and number 465, 467, 456, and 465 trial fields are all under your leadership. If Su Shu returns to the number 475 trial site, remember to notify me. The most important thing is to protect Su Shu's identity at all costs. Chen Zhao was shocked when he received the private message. Lin Jia, isn't that the cousin Gao Dashan talked about all day long? He had already guessed that Su Shu was unusual. Su Shu's identity must now be confirmed by high-level officials and a few people. Chen Zhao immediately replied, yes. At this time, after killing hundreds of bandits, Su Shu's experience value breakthrough level 3, promoted to level 4. What makes him a little upset is, why is it a legendary mission? He cast suspicious eyes on Xiaoluo. Isn't this indigenous girl a trigger point for epic missions? Isn't the task of Qingfengjai not enough? Is the main task? What's wrong, big brother? The girl lowly looked at Su Shu innocently, and raised her paws cutely, expressing that she hadn't done anything. Nothing. Su Shu didn't speak, and gave up thinking about it. Instead, I opened the property bar and found that the owned property has changed drastically. Level 4 2000s. Power 47 E-class storm. Agility 52 D-level flashing. Physique 49 D-level unlimited vitality, F-level double arm strength enhancement, F level lower body strength enhancement, F level bone hardening, F level core strength enhancement. Mental energy 125, E level fear enhancement. Natal talent SSS level infinite decomposition and synthesis. Skills level 1 is more courageous, level 1 thunder. Kill value 50. Combat rating 7.5 stars. Add points available 1. 7.5 star power. Su Shu thought about it. The promotion of combat power becomes more difficult as you go to the back. But his 7.5 star combat power has already swept the novice village. The battlefield notification sound came from the ear again. You killed the leader of Qingfangjai, and you have turned into a hostile state with Qingfangjai. The hatred value is +30. Warning, there are 4 9-star powerhouses sitting in Qingfangjai. It is not recommended to challenge at this stage. At this time, another system notification sound came from Su Shu's ear. He nodded. There are 4 9-star powerhouses in Qingfangjai. I should have thought a long time ago that Qingfangjai could be divided into factions by the system, which means that at least level 10 and above can be challenged. Baikyu Library. It was originally a novice village task, but I opened the novice village in advance, which means I am doing tasks across levels. This little boss is just the weakest of them all. The real leaders of Qingfangjai are 4 9-star powerhouses. 9 stars. With his current strength, Su Shu felt that his own strength desperately needed to be improved. Urgent need to grow strength. Crash. Su Shu found a treasure chest in the bandit camp, which was full of gold and silver treasures. Human currency. Useful when trading with humans. Trading with humans. Su Shu put away these gold and silver treasures, maybe they will be useful. My lord. Several women threw themselves on Su Shu and cried. All of them were women from good families who were captured by bandits. After the girls saw Su Shu's face clearly, they said immediately, "Minister, thank you for saving my life. If you don't mind." "Sorry, I hate it." Su Shu faint. Spit out a word and throw them a few pieces of gold. Fend for yourself. If you are ugly, the line must be, minutes will be married in the next life. This trick is everywhere. Su Shu sighed. Hee hee, big brother is really kind. Little Loli giggled behind Su Shu, playing with his own hair. Su Shu patted her head, and led her a few steps to the next bandit branch. After entering the sub-helm, Su Shu blinked and went in to check. It was found that there are more than 10 bosses with 6-star combat power, and nearly 1,000 bandits. And there are 4 bosses with 7-star combat power, and 2 heads with 8-star combat power. Depend on. It is indeed one of the 4 major subrudders of Qingfangjai, and now I can't do it alone. Su Shu backed out with a little regret. Standing on the hill, looking far into the distance. Outside a dozen or so trial grounds, a human city appeared, and a huge plaque, Qiantang County, was hung at the gate of the city. Indigenous County. It seems that the novice village defined by the battlefield is so large that even a county is included. Su Shu let out a breath. After killing for a few days, it's time to take a break. By the way, you can enter the county town to find several other materials on the blueprint. Certainly, picking up corpses can't stop. While flying towards the county seat, Su Shu collected the corpses of the chosen ones along the way. Talent and legendary arms and equipment are equally important. You have obtained F-level Earth Talent Crystal, Physique Enhancement. You have obtained F-level Earth Talent Crystal, Physique Enhancement. You have obtained E-level Divine Talent Crystallization, Power Enhancement. You have obtained E-class Human Talent Crystal, Emotional Enhancement. After a while, Su Shu collected 7 or 8 talent crystals below D level. Synthesis. He immediately began upgrading his 4 talents. Ding. You have obtained a D level Earth Talent Blood Surging. Blood Surging Constitution plus 20%, recover 5% HP every second after opening, consume 1 point of mental energy every minute. Ding. You have obtained a D level Divine Talent Wind and Thunder Transformation. Wind and Thunder Transformation, strength plus 18%. After opening, the whole body is surrounded by a level 3 storm, all attributes plus 10%, lasts for 5 seconds. Ding. You have obtained a D-class Human Talent Totally Crazy. Total Madness Mental Energy plus 18%. After opening, the fear of you within 30 meters around you will turn into madness, and there is a certain probability of killing each other. Cool. After the 4 talents are all promoted to the D rank. Su Shu's combat strength was also promoted to 8 stars at this moment. Earth talent. It lasts longer, it's like taking drugs all the time. The God-type talent can make me explode, and this human-type talent is simply perverted, it can make opponents kill each other. Su Shu couldn't help showing a smile. Picking up corpses is the coolest thing. The promotion of all his talents also caused all the corpses in the nearby trial field to be inexplicably turned into a pile of meat. There were frightened chatter sounds in the channel. Oh my god, no. Who did it? Corpse. All the corpses turned into pieces of meat. Another perverted strongman appeared in our novice village. The key is that we can't see his speed clearly at all. Horrible. After picking up the corpses, Su Shu stood in front of the county seat. Just about to get into it with little Loli. A panting voice sounded behind him. Finally caught up with you, Su Shu. Su Shu turned around, frowned and looked at Bai Ling Miao who was rushing over. Student Bai, what are you going to do? I just wanted to talk to you. Bai Ling Miao stood there resting for a while, and then said, to be honest, you have caused an uproar among the high-ranking candidates in Linjiang City, Daxia. Everyone pays close attention to you and strictly protects your identity. So what? Su Shu was not surprised. There is no impenetrable wall in the world, and it is only a matter of time before one's identity is exposed. But he didn't panic at all. With his current strength, he could basically kill as many as he came in the novice village. At the novice city stage, you may need to be a little more cautious. Some secrets about the killing field, my father told me, I think I should tell you. Bai Ling Miao felt Su Shu's refusal to be thousands of miles away, and then saw the lowly girl next to Su Shu who was floating like a fairy. His eyes flashed in surprise. All ears. Su Shu sat down on the spot and looked at her with interest. The lowly girl next to him obediently began to squeeze his shoulders, very submissive. Looking at the lowly girls, a trace of hostility flashed in Bai Ling Miao's eyes for no reason. First of all, adopting aboriginals is dangerous. You should know that many aboriginals in the battlefield will hide own identity. Quote, Su Shu looked at the lowly girl. What's your name? Ling. The lowly girl replied with a smile. Yeah, Ling should be fine, I've confirmed it. Su Shu remembered the process of asking the Korean people forcibly, and nodded. That's right, Ling is fine, Big Brother is the best. Ling got stuck in Su Shu's arms, flaunting her might to Bai Ling Miao like a cat. There was fire in Bai Ling Miao's eyes. It's good that you are happy, don't blame me for not reminding you. Get to the point. Su Shu was in a hurry. In case the bandits came after him, he would have to start fleeing. Bai Ling Miao uttered the first sentence. First of all, the novice village task in the next stage is to build a city. You can form a team of up to 10 people and build a city as your base in the killing field. City building mission. Su Shu frowned slightly. Bai Ling Miao nodded. Yes, you can't build a city by yourself, and you will definitely need the help of your teammates. Can the arms help? Su Shu asked. Can. Then I'll be fine alone. Su Shu said quietly. Bai Ling Miao choked. How many arms does he have? After a pause, she continued. Also, according to the information left by the selected seniors, the battlefield world is vast and boundless, with countless races and countries. We are now in the western part of the battlefield world, a place called Dagon, Kingdom of Mankind. Big job. This aroused Su Shu's interest. Yes, and there are ghost kingdoms, god kingdoms, monster kingdoms, demon kingdoms, and other native kingdoms of thousands of races in the battlefield, countless secret realms and sacred lands, and many other worlds, and humans are just one of them. Understood, thank you for the information. Su Shu stood up. If there's nothing else, I'm leaving. After all, he took Ling up and walked towards the city. Our chosen ones do not have the official identity of the Aborigines, so we cannot enter Daganchang. Bai Ling Miao called out to his back. But Su Shu ignored it. There was a moment of helplessness in her eyes, and she sent a message in a group on the chat channel. I finally exchanged a few words with him, but he didn't want to talk to me at all. In the group are all the leaders of the trial areas, and the ones selected in Daxia are the highest. The layers suddenly became active. Don't give up. Continue to communicate with the boss. Every word you communicate with him is valuable. It's good to express our kindness to him. A person in the group whose comment was Lin Jia suddenly spoke up. Lin Jia, tell him about Gao Dashan, and let him know how our great Shah severely punished traitors. One more thing. Bai Ling Miao stood up helplessly, and said to Su Shu's back, Gao Dashan guessed your identity and was going to tell Lin Jia about it, but Lin Jia personally killed you. Jia Lin. Su Shu stopped walking, turned around and nodded, thank you, but keep going. I do not care. A tall mountain has long been forgotten by Su Shu, and it is not enough to be his enemy. Who? The figures of Su Shu and little Loli had just entered the Wengcheng, when a group of soldiers armed with armor rushed over, holding sharp weapons. A piece of data popped up in front of him. Great soldiers. Level 3 humans, strength 25, dexterity 26, constitution 29, specialty, junior practitioner, combat strength evaluation, 5 stars. I'm going into town, Su Shu said lightly. Where did the people from the mountains come from? Do they have customs clearance certificates? The captain of the 6-star combat force headed by shouted loudly, with the same strength as the bandit leader. No, Su Shu smiled, but I just want to go to town. Is there a problem? Kill this person. The captain immediately waved his hand and ordered. However, the next moment, swish, in Su Shu's hand, he swung a knife that was extremely sharp, and danced in a round circle like a stream of autumn water. Scoff. All the 5-star fighters and 6-star captains standing in front of him were cut in half by this knife, and their corpses were left on the spot. Su Shu put her arms around Ling the beauty in her arms. The pace is still calm, slowly marching towards the city. See this scene. Bai Ling Miao was stunned. She thought Su Shu would be stopped by the city defenders, but unexpectedly. What happened? Xiaobai, what happened? The boss is in danger. The heads of many great Shah candidates who were on the phone with her also asked anxiously. After a while, Bai Ling Miao replied, making the group as quiet as chickens. He killed a 6-star powerhouse like killing a dog. Too strong. Such an awesome boss, why didn't we have a good relationship with him at the beginning? It's too late now, we don't have a chance to unite with others. But as long as there is such a boss, it will be the Dinghai Shenzhen of our Daxia's chosen ones. The conversation in the high-level group was full of enthusiasm, and everyone was very excited. Lin Jia, Bai Ling Miao, you must follow him, even if he ignores you, follow him. He is likely to be the backbone of our generation of chosen ones in the future. He may also be a new Xeon god on Blue Star in the future. Wang Yu, give him whatever he wants, as long as it's what we have. Lu Feng, that's right, doesn't this boss like to collect corpses? Instead of letting the beasts eat the corpses of our comrades in arms, it's better to collect them and leave them to the boss. Bai Ling Miao smiled wryly. Originally, she thought that she was giving Su Shu a helping hand in order to save his life. Unexpectedly, he became a beggar who wanted to die and followed him. Inside the city gate, soldiers continued to rush out. And Su Shu hugged Ling with one arm and brandished a knife in the other, his head was like falling snow. In front of his 8-star combat power, these 5- and 6-star defenders are really nothing. The further you go, the star power is different in front of you. He was even in the mood to chat with Ling Er, big brother, you already know the name of the slave family, can the slave family know your name too? My name is Su Shu. Then what should I call you? Su big brother, Su young master. Su young master. Su Shu rolled his eyes. Aren't you uncivilized when you work so hard? It's popular for us to call you dad now. Swish. A school lieutenant's head fell on the knife, and was thrown away by Su Shu. Okay, Papa Su. Unexpectedly, Ling narrowed her crescent-like smiling eyes and said obediently. Cough cough. Su Shu forgot that the natives couldn't recognize Lan Xing's stock, so he quickly changed his words, let's call him Mr. Su. My lord. Ling hugged Su Shu's arm coquettishly, although Ling is unfamiliar with skills, but my lord has saved my life, and Ling can't repay me, so my lord is not interested in Ling at all. Quote. Su Shu glanced at her. This native can trigger epic missions, and he has always remembered this. No matter how the sperm gets on the brain, it won't miss a big deal. And being so active always feels like a fraud. Let's talk about it later. My son hates. After a while, corpses piled up high at the city gate. Su Shu's experience points also reached 702,000. Not all of them were brought by these soldiers, but Su Shu guessed part of the experience was brought to him by the Wolf King. The Wolf King now belongs to Su Shu's unit, and when he is active outside, the creatures he kills will also give Su Shu experience points. The scene of the county seat has been exposed in front of Su Shu. Bustling crowds, auction houses, shops, martial arts training, everything. It's just different from the ordinary world of high martial arts. There are also temples in the city that worship the gods of Olympus, sphinxes, and miscellaneous gods, temples that worship trolls and goblins, and half-human, half-beast creatures to do business. Fusion gives people the feeling of a word, strange. A notification sound came from Su Shu's ear. You are the first to enter the native city, and the reward kill value is +5. Biling Miao took advantage of it, and followed Su Shu into the city, while broadcasting live to the people in the group. The people in the group were all attracted by the Aborigine city in the killing field, and kept checking their frequency. Lin Jia. I'll go, you can enter the county without reaching level 10, a boss is a boss. Tan Yan. Hey, it would be great if I were a classmate of the boss, and I can learn a lot with the boss. Lu Feng. Hey, the indigenous girl is so pretty, she's so gentle. It's a pity that she can't compare to the top quality lowly next to the boss. Bold, who is coming, dare to violate my Dagon territory. Su Shu was just feeling bored. Swish, 3 riders rushed towards us. The 3 knights wore purple gold crowns with hair inlaid with treasures on their heads, and a blue gold BMW under their crotches. Like an eagle in the dark night, it exudes a strength that disdains the world in its own right. One word, handsome. Biling Miao looked at the data of the 3 knights. Immediately froze. The voice trembled. 7.5 star combat power. 3 indigenous units with 7.5 star combat power. The group also exploded. Lin Jia. Little Bai, cover his retreat at all costs. Wang Yu. It's broken, we'll rush over to help right away. Immediately afterwards, all found out. Su Shu stopped in his tracks, with an incomparably hot look in his eyes. That expression is not fear, but greed. Martial King Tiger and Leopard Rider, level 8 human, strength 48, dexterity 47, constitution 54. Skill 1. Natural martial arts passive, recover 5% HP every second. 2. 7 forbidden 54 slashes within 3 meters, 100% combat power erupts. Combat rating 7.5 stars. Introduction. The number of arms in the country should not exceed 10,000, and it is invincible. Handsome. Su Shu couldn't wait to give a thumbs up. I didn't expect such a surprise in the small county town. If you get the blueprint of this unit, it will be great. Everyone in the group was dumbfounded. He wouldn't want to single out 3 7.5 star powerhouses, would he? Why do you show such an excited look? Big Brother's thinking is really beyond my comprehension. Swish. Su Shu's figure flickered and disappeared. Dodged the charge of 3 cavalry. 3 7.5 star combat force of the township arms, full of skills. It is also challenging for Su Shu now. But for the drawings, he fought. The power of wind and thunder. Boom. Suddenly, a level 3 gust blew up at the gate of the city, and even the doors of many shops were blown away, and the horses of the 3 riders were also frightened. Su Shu's total attributes increased by 10%. Turn on the blood rush. Swish. Su Shu's figure flashed behind Yiki. The best thing about fighting cavalry is that if you sit on the back of his horse, it will be very difficult for him to attack you. He raised his hand. The butcher's knife frantically slashed at the tiger and leopard rider. Baiku Library. -100, -100, -100. Numerous figures floated from the body of the tiger and leopard rider. This is the armor damage rate of the tiger and leopard rider. In a few moments, the battle armor on the tiger and leopard rider was forcibly hacked to pieces by Su Shu. Su Shu's power of wind and thunder just ended. Where is the murderer? Dare to offend me and fight against Tianwei. The tiger and leopard got off the horse crookedly, raised the golden gun in his hand and slapped Su Shu hard. Click. Su Shu's shoulders were directly nailed to the dirt wall beside him. Within 10 steps, the tiger and leopard cavalry's attack power was astonishingly powerful. However, Su Shu pulled the golden gun and pulled the tiger and leopard rider to him, and slashed at him fiercely. Stab it! The sword and the gun sparked. While the other two riders were still turning their horses, Su Shu frantically slashed at the tiger and leopard rider's neck. The tiger and leopard rider's life recovery speed is extremely fast, but Su Shu's life recovery speed is not slow. A knife for a gun. Finally, boom, there was a thunderbolt in the sky. Hit the tiger and leopard rider hard. The skill of killing the wolf king thunder. Taking advantage of the tiger and leopard rider being paralyzed by the thunder, Su Shu chopped off his head. The tiger and leopard rider stared wide-eyed, never expecting that Su Shu could summon thunder. In the blink of an eye, Su Shu had already killed a rider, but he was also seriously injured, and even his blood would not recover for a while. The other two cavalry looked at Su Shu, who looked like a god of death, and felt a little afraid in their hearts. Su Shu took the opportunity to shout, completely crazy. The eyes of the two tiger and leopard riders turned bloodshot. The gun hand trembled. The desire to attack each other was firmly suppressed. Su Shu was about to seize the opportunity and rush forward. At this time, stop! A majestic middle-aged man's voice came over. Su Shu turned his head. He found a sedan chair parked in front of the street at the gate of the city, and a wretched middle-aged man in a red official robe got off the sedan chair and was striding towards this side. A piece of information popped up in front of him. Qiantang County Magistrate, Level 10 Human, Strength 48, Dexterity 47, Constitution 54, Mental Energy, 600. Specialty: Officially Intermediate Strong, Combat Rating, 9 stars. Official Way. Su Shu was stunned. This county magistrate did not practice martial Dao, but officialdom. How many ways of human cultivation are there in the killing field? Su Shu secretly thought that he guessed right. Practitioner is really just the most rubbish, it is right not to synthesize practitioner. And this county magistrate, who is practicing officialdom, doesn't have much other attributes, but mental energy has a full 600. The combat power has reached 9 stars. The two tiger and leopard riders had woken up from their madness, and immediately rushed towards Su Shu angrily. At this time, the county magistrate waved his hand indifferently. Didn't you hear my order? Stop. Hum. A wave of majestic mental energy turned into a pair of giant palms, restraining the two tiger and leopard riders so that they could not move. Su Shu was ready to run. Singled out 1 9-star and 2 7.5 stars, he didn't think he had such a strong ability now. Don't run away. Afterwards, no one thought of it. The county magistrate unexpectedly walked to Ling'er's side slowly, his face trembling. Ahem. At this moment, Ling'er coughed twice. The county magistrate paused, showing a hint of surprise, and finally said, Ling'er, Dad finally found you. Nani? Su Shu, Bai Ling Miao behind him, and many people in the group all had question marks on their heads. Ling'er said indifferently, let Daddy worry. Ling'er went out to gather medicine, and accidentally got lost with the maidservant. Fortunately, I was rescued by this son. After finishing speaking, he pointed to Su Shu. Strong man. The county magistrate came to Su Shu excitedly. The little girl has been wandering with me since she was a child, and she is my heart and soul. If there is no strong man to rescue me, I am afraid that I will regret it for the rest of my life. Come in quickly, isn't this flooding the Dragon King Temple? The battlefield prompt sounded in Su Shu's ear. Ding, you have completed the hidden mission. Save the county magistrate's daughter. Reward. Killing value plus 10, Qiantang County favorability plus 100, Jushaoyu spiritual herbs 1. Add 10 cubic storage space. Jushaoyu spiritual herbs, humans are heavenly and mortal treasures, taking strength plus 5, constitution plus 5, mental energy plus 100. Bai Ling Miao, eyes full of shock. Why didn't I see before that he brought this girl with him for a long time ago? The group is also full of flattery. Lu Feng, it seems that the killing field is played by the big boss and understands. Bringing a native can trigger the mission. Lin Jia, no wonder he can become a boss. This kind of scheming is not something we can have. I will give it to me. Tan Yan. This man with a high IQ is really charming, no wonder he didn't panic at all before, he dared to break into the city at level 4. Su Shu almost spat out a mouthful of old blood. He really doesn't know. Besides, isn't it an epic mission? Why did it suddenly become a random task? Is the battlefield pitting yourself? He first ate the spiritual herbs rewarded by the mission. Increased strength and physique. Mental energy directly plus 100. On top of that, storage space has also increased by 10 cubic meters. As a novice before, he only had 1 cubic meter of portable storage, so he had to compress human flesh and human bones, and he had to carry a large bag of human flesh on his back, which looked a bit weird. Now with 10 cubic meters of space, he can finally be light. Young master, the slave family didn't deliberately hide it from you. Ling walked up to Su Shu timidly, and hugged his arm, but the slave family will definitely stay with the young master for life, and the young master is alone from the inside to the outside. Ha ha, the county magistrate smiled stiffly when he heard this, and the atmosphere was inexplicably weird. But didn't say much. For some reason, Su Shu always felt that he was a little afraid of his daughter. But Su Shu was too lazy to care about the private affairs of so many people, so he turned around and began to disassemble the corpses he had killed before. Ding, ding, quote. Your strength plus 1, you get the martial Dao source fire of the D-level human system, the middle-level practitioner meat, the middle-level practitioner bone. Quote. Your strength plus 1, you get martial Dao source fire from the F-rank human system, primary practitioner meat, primary practitioner bone. Quote. Your strength plus 5, get the martial Dao source fire, human flesh, human bones. Tiger and leopard riding blueprint 1. Quote. After the decomposition, start the synthesis directly. Ding. You have obtained a high-level practitioner body 10. Ding. You have obtained martial Dao source fire 2 of the C-level human system. The advanced practitioner body has finally reached 20, but it is still far away from 100. But 3 C-level Yuanwo Su Shu collected enough. Killing a tiger and leopard rider directly gave Su Shu a C-level source fire. The tiger and leopard riding blueprint that Su Shu was looking forward to also appeared. Tiger and leopard riding blueprint. You only need Dagon's body 1, Dagon's heart 1, D-level martial Dao source fire 1, 10 cold iron, 10 flame iron. You can get a tiger leopard cavalry. Note, the heart of Dagon is condensed for the souls of the people in the Dagon family. Soul. Su Shu was puzzled by this new material. Where do I go to collect souls? I can only ask the county magistrate later. Now he has 2 options. One is waiting to kill bandits, collect practitioner bodies, and synthesize Zhao Yun. The second is to try to collect other materials of magic saber thousand blades in the county and get out the legendary weapons first. Legendary weapons are also very fragrant. Soon, Su Shu was arranged by the county magistrate in a private room in the county government. As a fellow practitioner with Su Shu, Bailing Miao was also arranged in the same room. Secretly stalking Su Shu, Bailing Miao blushed slightly, not daring to look up at him. But the live broadcast room in the group has already shouted loudly. Tan Yan, Bai little sister, if you can't win the boss with such a good opportunity, don't blame my sister, I look down on you. Shu Yu, Xiao Bai little sister, do you know how to seduce men? Guys like men usually like innocent ones. If you want to refuse and welcome, follow the pure desire style. Do you understand? I don't understand, I will show you a video. Lin Jia. Ahem, this, Xiao Bai, this is a task assigned to you by the organization, you must complete it well. Bailing Miao. Oh, I'm so ashamed. Click. Bailing Miao cut off the live broadcast. He raised his head slightly. But he found that Su Shu was resting his eyes with his eyes closed, his handsome young face showed a bit of tiredness. It has been 3 days since the killing field. After killing wolves and bandits, Su Shu didn't rest for a minute. Tiredness hits like a tidal wave at this moment. Bai little sister, the point of pure desire is to show your feet, half undressed and pure, understand? You were originally our school's beauty level beauty, you can definitely do it. The group is still urging Bailing Miao. Pure desire. Biling Miao recalled Lan Xing's pure lust photos, blushed and took off her shoes, and unbuttoned the 2 buttons on her chest. A faint girly fragrance immediately spread into Su Shu's nose. Su Shu opened his eyes, and saw a pair of white and tender feet in front of her under the slender legs. Biling Miao's face was as red as an apple, and the sun was shining on her. The word desire has reached the extreme. Su Shu, are you tired? She said timidly, I won't hinder you. Swish. Su Shu immediately turned over and collapsed. Not tired, rest when you are tired, I will do something. After speaking, he opened the door and left the room. Call. It wasn't until he reached the street that Su Shu let out a breath and suppressed the restlessness in his heart. Mess with my Dao heart. Don't think about it. He treasured his virginity for 19 years, so he would not give it away so easily. And now that the killing field is full of dangers, he can still tell which is more important, life or desire. ... Failed. In the room, Biling Miao suddenly slammed the bed angrily. Even with all his skills, he couldn't handle him. This man's heart is literally made of stone. Angry, she also felt a sense of drowsiness and soon fell asleep. Su Shu came to the street. Without wandering around, I ran directly towards the blacksmith shop, the auction house and the treasure pavilion. The first task of Own is to collect materials. Boss, where is the meteorite iron? Entering the blacksmith shop, he immediately asked the boss. The blacksmith immediately cupped hands to Su Shu. Trouble Master Chrysostom, I'm only in charge of forging ordinary weapons here. There are no such rare materials. You can go to the auction house to have a look. Su Shu nodded in understanding. It seems that only after the selected person enters the city at level 10 can he have a chance to obtain weapons such as fine steel daggers. And it is directly synthesized by level 1 like him. It is simply a miracle. Hang up. He turned and walked towards the auction house. The auction house wrote the 4 characters, Yuansheng treasure. As soon as he entered, a young man greeted him. His friendship with Qiantang County reached 100, and the young man was also full of smiles. Guest officer, what treasure do you want? Meteorite iron, Su Shu said calmly. Meteorite iron. The boy pondered for a while, then turned around and invited the shopkeeper out, and informed Su Shu's identity. The shopkeeper is also very polite. Guest officer, pure meteorite iron is a legendary treasure. The small shop does not stock it, but some iron ore. Bring me to see. Su Shu stretched out his hand directly. The shopkeeper quickly asked the boy to carry out a large piece of iron ore, and looked at Su Shu suspiciously. There is only a small amount of meteorite iron in the iron ore, what does he use it for? Breakdown. Su Shu didn't explain it either, and broke it down directly. Ding. Quote. You get meteorite iron 1, iron 10, sand 100. The large piece of iron ore suddenly turned into a pile of small cubes. There is a door. Su Shu's heart was suddenly ecstatic. He can directly decompose rare materials from ordinary materials. He picked up a few pieces of meteorite iron and looked at the shopkeeper. Is there any more? Give me as much as you have. This hand directly stunned the shopkeeper and the servant. A large piece of iron ore, directly decomposed. What kind of magic is this? The shopkeeper was shocked to the extreme, and his tone became more humble. Yes, I will send someone to deliver it. Iron ore is worthless, but the ability to refine meteorite iron is valuable. If they can get in touch with this guest, they will be lucky for 3 lives. Ding. You get meteorite iron 8, iron 27, sand 300. Ding. You get meteorite iron 9, iron 38, sand 500. ... After a while, all the iron ore in the county was collected by Su Shu. To be exact, it was bought by the shopkeeper. In addition to the meteorite iron, the decomposed pure iron, sand and other materials were piled up in more than a dozen large yards. Su Shu only took away 100 pieces of meteorite iron, and then looked at the shopkeeper indifferently. How much should I ask for? Ouch. At this moment, the shopkeeper looked at the materials in the yard, and couldn't close his mouth from ear to ear with joy. Guest officer, how dare you take money from me? Just these fine irons, small ones can sell for 3 times the price of iron ore, thanks to your blessing. Quote. From today onwards, you are the top guest of our Yuansheng treasures. Come here and show the tea to the guests. Look after the tea. A notification sound came from Su Shu's ear. Ding. You have plus 50 favorability with Yuansheng Treasure, a Tier 2 power in the Novice City. A Tier 2 power in Novice City. Su Shu was taken aback for a moment, not expecting that this auction house was a chain store. It seems that until the novice area is opened, I have a place to buy things. It's just that all the materials that can be bought are low-level materials, and many core materials still have to be collected by yourself. At least the dead body cannot be bought, and preservation is a big problem. Guest officer, do you have anything else you need, otherwise the shop earns you too much. After the tea was served, the shopkeeper said rather embarrassedly. Su Shu squeezed his chin. Is there anything related to the earth element? Earth type. The shopkeeper thought for a moment, then nodded immediately. Yes, this store has the best earth yellow stones. After speaking, he was pulled from the warehouse. Yellowstone. Contains trace elements of earth elements, which can treat frequent urination in children. Breakdown. Su Shu directly tried it. Ding. You got a trace of earth element crystal *1, stone *1. Su Shu suddenly became energetic. The infinite decomposition is so cool. Immediately afterwards, the frantic decomposition began. Ding. You got a trace of earth element crystal. ... Ding. You have obtained an earth element crystal *100. After decomposing a large amount of earth yellow stone, Su Shu's eyes flashed with incomparable excitement. He took out 3 pieces of sea-level source fire and 100 pieces of meteorite iron. Legendary weapon materials, enough. Guest officer, this makes me. The shopkeeper also laughed from ear to ear. The cheap khaki stones are all broken down into stone materials, and it is worth a lot of money to sell them backhanded. But soon he had a bitter face again. Originally he wanted to make up for Su Shu, but now he owes Su Shu more and more, so what to do? Su Shu didn't care that much. He took out the blueprint, put the material on it and used the compositing. Ding. Congratulations, you have synthesized a legendary weapon, the magic knife 1000 blades. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.